Let's get into it. And a whoop whoop. Cannot forget the whoop whoop. That's right. I got my hat on right now. My kid said I have to wear the hat. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday at all. The baby just likes to grab the birthday hats, and she says everybody has to put on a hat. My wife has to put one on. She puts one on, and then she insists that I put one on, and that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. And then she says, "Happy birthday, Dada," and it's not my birthday. It's fine. It's fine. It's not my birthday at all. But, I had to start a little late today. Whenever I'm feeling down, bogged down, mentally taxed, I decide to embrace my family more. So I got the baby out of bed, and I made sure, get her dressed and the diaper and this and that, putting on dresses and stuff. Not me, the baby. And it just feels really good, really good. And then the baby puts a hat on me, and it's great. It feels great. Obviously, I'm not wearing this the whole show. But if I took it off in front of the baby would have went nuts. That's just how the baby goes. Let's get these headphones on, guys. Let's get back to the regular scheduled stuff. Okay. I looked in my closet today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show bearing up today. I'm gonna put on something bright. And guess what? This is as bright as it gets. I actually need shirts. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. This is as bright as it gets. I really thought, I was like, I'm going to put on like a bright red. I don't have any bright red. I don't have blue. I don't have anything like that. Nothing. This is as bright as we get here, guys. That's it. I think I have a white sweater. I swear, you open up my closet, it's like Batman. It's like a goth chick. That's what my closet's like, a goth chick's closet. Everything's black. I don't know, man. This is like the equivalent of me wearing like a bright neon sweater right now. That's it. This is all I got. Wanted to get comfortable today, guys. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's feeling great. For those of you that are members, please, I'm going to be looking into the conspiracy iceberg. We're going to have a good time with that. And the wife is here. I know she is. She must be. Date night conspiracy. Everybody who knows about date night conspiracies, tell her to bring back date night conspiracies. Tell her to come along with us into the arena and talk about that stuff. Anyways, for those of you, some people were a little upset that there was membership. Some guys are like, oh, well, I guess I have to move on now. You have a membership? Bro, 15 hours of content a week, 20 clips on the clip channel a week. Relax. Calm down, buddy. Calm it right down, Anyway, all guys, too, that are complaining, have a mainly female audience, and yet the guys coming up emotional. The only reason this is happening, I think my friend just had a baby. Bro, they came in and told us the OB is on the spectrum. Whoa, what? They had felt like they had to warn us. Whoa. Okay, baby's coming. Baby's coming. My buddy's about to have a little girl. All right. Should be good. We're going to be the first ones to see the baby, I think. Oh, man, I'm so nervous. Just hoping everything goes well. Let's jump in, guys. Let's jump in here. We have a lot going on this episode. There's a connection that I think everybody missed. This weird connection. So we're going to touch it. Of course, we're going to dig in the meme bag. You guys know that. We're going to talk about Candace's staff getting attacked and former staff. The gentleman, Mark, who was super chatting me, talking about streaming, was actually Candace's Mark. It was Mark himself. The Mark Splainer himself was actually the one talking to us. follow each other on X. I just didn't think in my head that it was him. Ah, man. Very sorry about that, Mark. I was like, I don't know you. I'm like, I guess I'll check your stuff out. But I know him. And there might be a Mark interview in the works, perhaps. I haven't even brought it up to him, but perhaps. Of course, we're going to touch on Candace's most recent episode. She gets into some deep waters here with the Romanian Angels, but just everything all together. And it really shows the families. We're going to talk about that. Erika getting roasted. I'll show you a clip that Erika's getting roasted for. And we caught Fleet in 4K just going off. Okay, I don't even know if I could put Fleet's repost on the screen. Fleet was just going off on Erika, even tagged her. I mean, wild stuff. And then, of course, Baron releases some crucial information. I like that Baron's starting to go back. We've heard about Hunter Kozak a lot, but when Baron goes back, all of a sudden, all this other stuff is uncovered. And that is where the connection is that I think all of us missed. Everyone has missed this. And without Candace, without Baron, I would not have figured out this connection. But there is a deep connection, I think, with one of the biggest players in the game. And you know who I think is the biggest player in this whole thing. Yeah, so we're going to get into that. Really quick, please wish my friend luck with this baby. His wife is Cuban, so he is going through a very, very hard time. Bro, good luck with the baby. Love you guys so much, period. We pray for you guys every single day, and we just prayed for you guys a few minutes ago. So let me know what happens. I am in a live stream right now. I will talk to you as soon as I'm done, man, period. Good luck. Love you. Man, crazy to know somebody since you're like 10 years old, and now like you're wishing luck over babies and stuff, man. Wow. Anyways, guys, let's jump right in. You guys know about the short form Sallies. The short form Sallies always complain about the length of the live stream, and to those people we say there is a channel called Coach Colin Clips. 27,000 subscribers, almost 500 videos for you guys to watch. Go check it out. It is the official Clips channel. It'll keep you up to date. If you're just like 3 hours, too much, go check it out. We're releasing videos all the time, almost like every 3 hours. Throughout a regular work day, we're releasing videos, maybe every 4 hours. So there you go. You can do that. Let's jump into the meme bag really quick. I got to shrink this screen a little bit, but if you can't tell, we got Fleet in the house. I'm going to play a little bit of Fleet's video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. But I love that she did this one. And look at Fleet. Fleet's getting bold. Just tagging Matt Walsh. I hope he sees it. Let's go, guys. Candace is going to come up to him. Hair is going to be slicked back. Oh, yeah. And she's just going to be like, hello, Matthew. How are you? I'm just fine, Candace. I'm glad to see you. You look well. You look well too, Matt. You look very well. You look $7,000 worth of well. I heard what you said, Matthew. I actually have to get ready for my speech. I think I hear Ben Shapiro. He's telling me to get back to work. Get back to work, Matt Walsh. Yeah, you hear him? I actually have to go. He goes to his dressing room. Candace is there. Matthew, you ran away pretty fast. I was still talking to you, Matthew. I have to go. Who have you been with lately, Matthew? I haven't been, my wife, my kids. Matthew, you know there's sparkles all over your face. Do you realize this? Sparkles. Oh, I don't know where those came from. I have a good idea where those sparkles came from, Matthew. In fact, I have receipts, you know?
He was going to
He's
be
caught.
my president.
Man. I mean, is Fleet going to become an animator or a DJ animator? Which is it going to be? The music is off the hook. Thank you so much for that, Fleet. We always appreciate it. Great friend of the show, Fleet, ladies and gentlemen. If she's not in the chat, hit her up on X. Has a YouTube channel as well. YouTube channel is doing amazing. Anyway, we have Baron here. Baron This is a very interesting tweet. Okay. Barron says someone. This is Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman has some things to say, right? Bill Ackman says Tucker Carlson has reached a level of absurdity that is going to get somebody offed. He needs to stop this now. Someone who knows him well needs to intervene, or he will have blood on his hands. Barron says someone. I raise Barron his someone, and I say, intervene? Oh, you mean like an intervention? Oh, but I thought they don't do interventions. I thought the whole intervention thing wasn't real. But all of a sudden, the first thing Bill goes to when someone's stepping out of line is that someone needs to intervene. Isn't that something? Wow. But Charlie never had an intervention, right? Right? That didn't happen with Charlie. Charlie was just getting talking points. He was just going to, Hamptons, having a good time. In fact, it was all him that put it together. Nobody was intervening at all. Weird how he let that language slip out there. Very weird. I'm not policing anybody's speech here. I'm just saying, And they keep on going with this narrative. I think it was Susanna Rosanna Diana. That's what I call her. That's clearly not her name when you read it. But she put into the chat the theory that they are preparing for something and they're trying to put the blame on someone else. They've done this with Candace, saying that Candace is going to get somebody hurt. Now they're doing it with Tucker. And if anything happens to anybody, they will be able to say, hey, look what they did. Look what they've done. And in fact, this also kind of makes it so if anything happens to them, all these people will point out and say, well, look at the rhetoric. This doesn't deserve to happen to anyone. But the things they were saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, I can't say they're preparing for something. I wouldn't say that. But they are all saying this very odd thing of there being blood. It's so funny that the quote unquote the left used to say that there would be blood on your hands if you did XYZ or ABC or DFA and whatever. They would always say that. Always. And everybody on the right, quote unquote, because I can't even tell anymore, they would laugh and say, how absurd is that for you to say something so ridiculous? Like, what are you talking about? And now look at them all. Look at them all saying the exact same thing. Someone needs to intervene when it comes to Tucker. If you don't know, Tucker has been, as they say, going max. Tucker was the first person told to go max, just so you know. He is the original maxer, if there is one. He was the first person Charlie told to go max. So he has been doing just that quite a bit. That is why Candace Owens, for those of you who don't have X, Candace Owens came out and she said Tucker Carlson is an American hero for what he's doing, because he does not have to do this. He could just focus on the regular talking points. He could just fold to the admin. He could just do all that stuff and nobody would think twice. They'd be like, yeah, Tucker. Yeah, he's with you. It's fine. But instead he's pushing back. He's pushing back so hard and he's really standing up and honestly putting himself in danger, whether we realize it or not. He's putting himself in danger, and who knows what kind of text messages he's getting. Charlie said he was getting text messages when Charlie decided to stand up. Megyn Kelly is now talking about the fact that she's getting text messages. She's getting messages, threats. Now that she's chosen to stand up, I can only imagine what kind of things are coming at Tucker right now. Wild. Tucker also questioned where Bill got all his money from as well while he was on stage at a Turning Point event. Oh, man. Go back and watch Tucker. We should actually go back one day and watch Tucker's his speech at AmFest, because it was wild. I think he spoke both days. He had some stuff to say, and Charlie was right along with it. Charlie was completely okay with it. Anyway, so like I said, the mark that was messaging us, the one that works at Sizzler and Carpenter and doing all these odd jobs, Just so many jobs. Little inside joke. But he's doing a bunch of jobs. He revealed to me that it's not just and I hope I can I think this is pretty out there. I mean, I've already played clips of people trying to figure out where these guys are. You know, her publicist, her new producer, because Mark has left, Mark himself, and someone else, I believe Savannah as well, where they showed her baby's actual picture when they did not have to do that. He revealed that it's not just that they're trying to find out where he works, but they're trying to find out things about his children. They're trying to find out all sorts of things. So this is like gross what's going on. And again, if you notice, when I show you clips of Graham Allen and I show you clips of Gary, and I show you tweets that they have and all the clownery that they do, they always say that Candace is demonic. Candace is the one that's in the wrong. Graham says the Holy Spirit is upon all of us who are calling her demonic because we're real Christians. That's what Graham turns to all the time. But in reality, what it seems like, kind of on par, since we've been hearing Candace talk about Erika so much, is that they're trying to hunt down a kid's location. Interesting the way that works. Mark is he's a good guy. He's a solid dude from what I've seen in our conversations, and he's not quite like me because it would just be hands behind my back. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, they were looking for my kid. Yeah, no. Yeah, they're already behind you. Yeah, no, I won't resist. It's fine. That's what it would be for me. I mean, I just buy the orange jumpsuit. I already bought one, sir. Yeah, sometimes you guys are a little tight fitting. I bought one that's it's really nice. I already have it there. You can put the number on if you want yourself. Have it embroidered. Has my name on it already. Yeah. I'm just gonna put it on real quick, and we'll get going. That's what it'd be for me. So pray for Mark. And we may see a collaboration between Mark and I sometime in the future. We haven't banged anything out in terms of times or anything, but it would be really cool to do. He's doing some interesting stuff. So, but moving on from there to the new producer. Apparently the new producer has to be tracked down. This is such a lame video.
Turns out that in the last year and a half, old Scamdis has had a new producer who has been behind the scenes of every single one of her most recent shows.
I'm not gonna, I don't even know who this guy is. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. Who do you think the new producer is that he's gonna say? I mean, just the lamest answer ever. Just the lamest answer ever. He's just saying the new producer is Satan. Okay. So that girl you hear talking when Candace is asking to explain something now, that's not Mark anymore. It's another lady. He's saying that's Satan. Okay. We've all heard that one. This guy's coming like a revelation. Like, I'm going to do something that I'm not sure anybody's done before, guys. I'm going to do something kind of groundbreaking here. I'm going to call Candace evil and demonic. I'm going to say that she's working with Satan. Okay, buddy. We all have heard it already. Did you get he got his check late, so he made his video late. You had to do it with everybody else. They should pay him half of whatever he was supposed to get. You don't get the full 7. No, you do not get the full 7. You don't even get $3,500. You get $2,750 for this post. That's it. That's all you get, sir. Anyways, guys, when Candace announced this new episode, a lot of us were hoping that this picture wasn't real. You saw it in the thumbnail. You saw it in her thumbnail, I believe, as well. Because this is a crazy post from Frantzve, Erika, which is a locked account now. I think that's what that lock means. But somehow somebody got access to it. I don't know why the @ is blurred out. I would really like to know who she added this at, because she said, I have something special for you. Very special. And then it says Romanian Angels, orphans. I mean, I want to know who she said this to so badly, right? I mean, this right here, and I don't think I'm exaggerating. This is the type of thing that you would see in the Redacted Jeff docs. It's the exact same type of thing that you'd see. You'd see an email like this to Redacted Jeff, and it would say, I have something very special for you. And it would just say Romanian Angels, orphans. I mean, I don't think I'm out of order saying that. That's the type of things we were seeing in those emails. It's the exact same type of stuff. Anyway, let's jump in here. Let's jump into the whole episode of things. Another person, they're like, I'm gonna pray this is not real. It is. It is real. But a lot of people were like, what is this? This is a crazy post. A crazy post. On top of that, she worked for the organization and she was showing the kids' faces. It's very weird. A lot of people are also complaining about what Erika Kirk is doing. And turning point, and I guess Erika's greenlighting it, but turning point would be Andrew and Blake with the Charlie Kirk show. Even this guy, Anomaly, is upset about it. He usually doesn't care about stuff like this. Charlie Kirk was the Charlie Kirk show. It was his voice, his ideas, him. They can let some random little gremlins sit in his seat and pretend they know what he would have said, but it's not honoring him at this point. It's just using his dead body to elevate their careers. And again, of course, you accuse people of what you're guilty of, which is why they've all accused everyone else of doing this except for them. Somebody said this is actually a weird, since we're going back, there's so many of us going back into all the data that has been released. This is a little way back of Erika talking about this whole thing.
The Charlie Kirk show is not going anywhere. My husband's voice will live on. The show will go on. We will have rotating hosts, rotating casts, rotating people coming on.
We've got some great people next week.
Unbelievable. We will have consistency. The members only group will continue to go on. All of his socials that God has blessed us with, the people who follow those socials will go on. Nothing is changing. But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird. Cringy. We're not cringe. We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off. Yeah. That's not what's happening. What's happening is the team is keeping this alive because we have Charlie in each and every one of us. Yes. And it is going to be continually.
That's exactly what they did. They've been tweeting like it's him. They're not like, hey, it's Charlie here. But they do put out tweets like that. Like as if it's that, right? They post the live stream as if it's that. So I'm going to show you what Erika got roasted for afterwards. Let's get into Candace's video. It's been long enough. Let's get into what she was talking about. Now, here's a crazy thing. I've watched this, right? I know you guys, if you're watchers of the show, watchers of Candace, you guys know who these people are. If you've been following my channel, you know who these people are. Because I talked about these people, like, I don't know, 3 years ago when I was covering this type of thing. Candace really challenged my thought process on this. Because when she first started talking about these people, right, this couple that ended up getting offed because they were corrupt and there was a tribunal of sorts. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, well, that's just what happens. They were evil. They were, they were dictators. Yeah, well, it was more him, but they went away together. That's what I was thinking. So when I heard her talking about like, oh, you should like think about what actually happened, how this actually happened, what they were actually doing, what policies and things they were putting in place, that made me go, oh, is she trying to like run cover for these like commies? Like, is that what she's doing right now? Like, I don't like that. But then as I kept listening, I was like, maybe she's onto something. Maybe she's right about this. I don't know. It really, really threw me off, honestly. Because it made me start thinking, how many times has something like this happened where we think somebody is one thing because the media, literally the media, they're showing this, they're broadcasting this when this happens, they're filming it, they're making sure people can see it, right? And they're only allowing their narrative to get through as they're talking about these people. I'm not saying these people were great people or anything, but it did make me start to question, because all the wild names that we heard. I mean, one that comes to mind is like Gaddafi. You remember, there was a lady there was a lady with a body count who was like, we came, we saw, he died. And she like laughed about it. And then you learn about this guy and you're like, oh, like he wanted what kind of currency backed by what? And he was cutting out what central what? He was cutting all those people out. Oh, and then all of a sudden he popped up and he's gone. Like, I'm not saying he was a good guy, but you just start to think. And what it really made me start to think about was Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan sat down together, and Joe Rogan had never heard the story of what happened with Nixon, right? And Tucker Carlson starts telling this story about Nixon, and he starts talking about all the weird things going on around it. And the weirdest thing was the guy who broke the story of Watergate was in naval intelligence and then went straight to just being a reporter. I mean, a real downstep, a real career change out of nowhere. So he's like in intel, kind of like Bongino, kind of like Dan, Robo Dan, kind of like him. He was in this really high up position, really solid position, and he just shifts over to being a reporter, an investigative reporter. And the first story he gets is Watergate. That's the first story he ever got. So it was like very telling, and Tucker just breaks it all down very, very detailed to Joe, because Joe's never heard this story. And he starts breaking down how, you know, they had a new vice president in place, and like the whole thing was planned out to get rid of Nixon. And then they talk about Nixon's approval rating and, you know, the incredible way that he got elected and how many people were for him. And it was all just mind-blowing, and it just made you rethink everything about that situation. So, you know, when Candace started doing that, it echoed that type of thing where I was like, oh, I didn't realize this at all. I had no idea. Yeah. Dana Bongina. Bongina? Oh God. Someone said Bongina. That's terrible. What's the matter with you guys? And you made me say it out loud. Come on, guys. Don't be like that. That was the first thing that she touched on where I was like, huh, this is interesting, because I really like, you know, going back to Candace being like, I'm really good at puzzles. You know, she is, and she's really piecing it together in an interesting way. Really, really interesting way. Some people feel like she is kind of stringing it along. She's kind of extending it. But I think all these pieces need to come together for, and I'm not going to say like the last episode is like this wild crescendo, you know, where, you know, Erika has her hands behind her back, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but the way she's doing it is actually vital. You need to do it this way. This is a lot of what I've learned watching Baron. Like the way Baron breaks things down. Candace obviously was breaking things down like this before, you know, Baron was around, but when I watch him, I see the pacing. I see how vital it is to make sure all the pieces are in place so people understand exactly what you're getting at when you get at it. And I think that's exactly what Candace is doing. Like I said, the research heavy episodes, I'm like, man, get to wartime, you know, show me a text message that nobody's seen before and declare war on Turning Point, you know, but these are very vital things. Now, I'm going to say right away, I ran this through ChatGPT. This is a very odd thing. You know, Candace reads this off, and this is where she's just like, blah, 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 like, you know, this doesn't mean anything. This is nonsense what's coming out of this. And it's Lori Frantzve, and it is her, I guess it's her bio, because like director operations. And it's just kind of talking about the company. Let me make sure. AZ Tech, right? So it's talking about that company. And I rolled it through ChatGPT. Let me see where are we at here. So I took it, I screenshotted it. So I wasn't writing it. I just took word for word what it said. I said, read this and tell me how likely it is that this company is actually a real company that produces real technology, or if this is technical jargon trying to seem like it's actually doing something important, right? And then ChatGPT goes on to tell me, based purely on the language and structure of the description you shared, there are several signals that suggest this may be more marketing style jargon than a clear description of a real specific technology. That does not automatically mean the company isn't real, but the writing style raises some real red flags. I'll break it down. So let's break it down along with a chat here. One, the heavy use of vague technical language. The description repeatedly uses broad buzzwords without explaining a specific product or technology. Examples, it just runs through them. Disruptive cyber technologies, hybrid / cyber / electrical mechanical capability, predictability and cyber analytic area, mitigation strategies for mission critical operations. I mean, this is how I would write something. When I was in school, you could expect me to write something like this, where I'm just like tossing words together. You know what I mean? What happens if technologies? Okay. So it's like breaking down just like why this all sounds very silly. These phrases sound technical, but they don't describe a product, a platform, a device, software architecture, a specific patent or method. All right. Keep going. Real engineering companies usually mention something concrete like cybersecurity analytics platform, industrial control systems monitoring, grid resilience software, predictive threat modeling systems. This text never actually says what the technology is. And that's exactly what Candace was reading. She didn't say it like that. Candace said it like, oh, super fragilistic, actually got a blah, blah, blah. Candace is getting fed up, but this is breaking it down a little more technically. The grammar-wise, strange technical claims. Several sentences read like they were assembled from buzzwords rather than written by engineers. Example: creating hybrid / cyber / electrical mechanical capabilities. All right, keep on going here. The phrasing is usually. That phrasing is unusual. Sorry. Engineers normally describe cyber physical systems, embedded systems, grid resilience infrastructure, control systems, but hybrid cyber electrical mechanical capability is not standard technical phrasing, to put it lightly. Vague patent claim. The company says it created a process patent to determine truth. That is very unusual wording. Patents normally describe things like algorithm anomaly detection, algorithm for anomaly detection, method for supply chain verification, system for authentication. But determine truth is extremely vague and not how patents are typically described. And that goes down here to talk about the Fortune 500 claims. It says Fortune 500 claim without specifics. The text claims the company deployed its technology to Fortune 500 companies in over 7,000 locations in 32 countries, but it does not name a single client. Even ChatGPT is like, oh, I don't know. Who is this? Companies that truly deploy technology at scale almost always mention at least examples like logistics companies, defense contractors, telecom firms, energy infrastructure. The absence of examples is notable, right? And it just keeps going. I thought it'd just give me like a quick breakdown. This thing's like, no. There's, listen, human, listen to me closely. There is so much for me to explain here. You don't really understand. Maybe it'll be like, when Jesse was researching the USA guy. Maybe if I keep talking to it, it's just going to be like, you have to go to the authorities about, stop what you're doing and go to the authorities immediately. Here's a number. 5, mixing many unrelated fields. The bio combines telecommunications, aerospace engineering, cyber technologies, humanitarian sustainability, power grid shutdown mitigation, supply chain, discrepancy detection. Keep going. Critical infrastructure protection. Real companies usually specialize, especially in technical sectors. This reads more like an attempt to sound impressive across multiple domains. And then lastly, I believe, the writing style suggests marketing or a self-authored bio. The tone is similar to conference speakers' bios or promotional profiles, not technical documentation. Signs of that include lots of big concepts, very few specifics, emphasis on titles and years of experience, little discussion of actual engineering outputs. So, ChatGPT is like, there's just a lot of red flags. And again, like it said at the beginning, it doesn't mean that the company's not real. I have verified, many people have verified that there are some kind of contracts with like the DOD. I think Candace even verified in this exact episode, or actually episode 5, she verified DHS as well as being that was actually a different company. But DOD, I know for sure. I remember looking into that. DOD is for sure. But why? It doesn't really make much sense. You know what comes to mind when I start looking into this? Musk and Doge. That's what comes to mind. You remember all the things he uncovered? I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what happened with all that. But all the things that he uncovered, it kind of feels like that to me. That's what it kind of feels like to me. That what we're seeing is real. The contract is actual. The funds are flowing. But what is actually happening on the work side, on the tech side of what this isn't quite what they're saying it is. You know, there's very little hybrid cyber, mechanical, farming, car repair. What else does it do? Feeds school children. There's very little of that actually happening. Allegedly, maybe, perhaps. That's just what comes to mind with me. You know, couldn't say that's actually what's happening, but it's only because I get in trouble. Otherwise, I would say it. Overall likely assessment, they're just saying that it's just quite possibly the organization is just using buzzwords to seem more technical than it actually is. And the thing about it is, yeah, it just makes it seem like it's super important, like it's doing something super crazy. Like that video that we've seen with Erika, where people thought it was like an agency video and it had different people in it. That was a promotional video. That's what that was. It wasn't like a lot of people were like, oh, this is proof she works at the agency. And it's like, no, that was a promotional video. And that seems to be all that they really have, is a lot of promotion. And then they get these big contracts. And that's where it gets squirrely, you know. That's where we need wolves in finance. That's where we need wolves in finance. He needs to look into that and how that works. Now, he probably can't get access to DOD contracts. Maybe he can. Maybe Daisy can. Maybe Baron can. But somebody needs to look into that very specifically and see what they're actually getting paid for versus what they claim they can actually do. And that's why you keep it very vague, because they make it broad and vague, because no matter what, they'll be like, yeah, we do that. Because in actual, like this thread that I have here, it kept going because I kept on asking it different things. And when it was talking about a company where it was trying to hash out what this company actually is, it was saying how companies like this will do reports. They'll do little breakdowns for whoever, Fortune 500 companies, because the main thing that they were talking about that I've seen Erika promote is EMP protection. And they were always talking about the grid going down and how close it is to going down. And I don't know, it's really easy to say that it could go down, because we all know that's actually a possible truth. And then you just say, okay, and your company is this close to having that happen, or your company is only 40% protected. That's it. And that's it. That's what the company kind of does. It just kind of gives you reports based on things like that. So, and I only say that to say, it would be, let's put that company aside, it would be in any company really easy to fudge all of that. I don't know. It kind of reeks of what happened with Wolves in Finance once again, where Wolves in Finance pointed out that, I think he said Jake Hoffman, who was like a politician, and then he had that company that was just a PO box, and he couldn't actually find any actual company, and it was receiving millions of dollars. It seems like that type of thing. It seems like that type of thing where it's legit, it's formed, the people are real, the money's flowing, but we don't actually know what's making the money move. Is it the technology? Is it the work that the company does? Or is it something else? Is it one hand washing the other kind of thing? That's what came to mind for me with that whole thing. So that was just a little thing that popped up in my head there. Now, let's go to the next thing. Now, the whole families, the families. When she broke down what these families were doing. So basically what we're seeing something that is very much like the McCoys. That's what we're seeing. As she points out that, I think this is Erika's cousin, I believe she said, Dennis. As she points out that Erika's cousin has a military connect, right? There's him again. You can see it in the top corner there. That's from 2009, April 4th, right? As we see that she has a family connection. Then Candace goes on to show us that, I believe this is Colvet. This is his brother. We see that he has a connection as well. A couple of connections Colvet has. You know, we start hearing Erika talking about the military in this clip here, like as if she was working with the military. It wasn't like she was working in Romanian Angels in an orphanage. She was like, hey, you guys still doing that up there? Because you guys are she knew like military points. It seems like, and why I compare it to the McCoys is because the McCoys, as you know, have a background in the military, right? But not just in the military, in psychological operations, right? Rob McCoy's dad is connected to Paul Lee Vallely, who is on the advisory board, who is connected to a guy that, you know, everybody's getting all bunched up about. I mean, just because he, you know, created his own Church of Satan, because the Church of Satan wasn't Satan-y enough for him. And eyebrows that rival Ben Shapiro. I mean, the eyebrows on this guy, just incredible, you know? He had two sets of eyebrows. He had eyebrows that go like this, and then he had a couple that went like this. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before. 4 eyebrows? That can only be a blessing from Satan. That's only adorned on the finest demons. So, you know, the McCoys have that connection. Now we're seeing that these families, these inner circle families, the inner circle of Charlie's team, the inner circle that was around him, they all have the same type of connections. They all have the family that's in the military. They all have them themselves that are in politics. It's all the same thing. You see now Erika has the exact same thing. Erika has the family that's in the military. Well, Erika has the family that's into all sorts of stuff. Then they have the military connect. And then they have her or Charlie. Charlie's gone. Now it's her that are into politics. Andrew Colvet has the family that has the military connection, and then Andrew is pretty much in politics. You're in Turning Point, one of the biggest organizations in America. You know, you're in politics right now. Tyler, same thing. Blake Neff, same thing. It seems like his whole inner circle was just people who were in politics, were brought in pretty much by Tyler, and then they all have the military connections around them. Blake Neff's cousin connected directly to Fort Huachuca, right? Andrew Colvet, for sure, has a brother who understands what Fort Huachuca is. And he himself understands it as well, even though he tried to play it down when he was talking to Gary. But you would feel like, I'm talking to Gary from Paramount Tactical, I can tell him whatever I want. You know, like that's I would feel that way too if I was talking to Gary, you know? So I give Andrew a pass on that, you know? You can say whatever you want to a Shemp, to a Curly, you know, to a Stooge. You can say whatever you want to a Stooge. They don't know. And if they act like you know, you bop them on the head, you take a saw, you go, they go, and you know, get them back in line. That's all. So I give him a pass on that. So then we also figure out that Romania is a halfway point for Afghanistan. And Erika knows all about it. Like the whole thing. And on top of that, when Erika does talk to this military guy, I'll play that briefly.
All of the photos of when we were on the base too. How are the Romanian troops? Because you guys share a base with them, don't you?
We do. Yeah, we had like Canadians there for a while, and
Wow.
yeah, it's a NATO joint base, so there was troops from
over.
mostly America and Romania, but from other places too.
Now, is that still kind of like a halfway drop-off point too for troops from Afghanistan?
It is. It is part of that operation.
Yeah. Because I remember that was going on back then, and I was like, gosh, what a bittersweet base for like troops that are coming or going.
Candace is pissed. So pissed, just so pissed the whole time. She's like, why won't anybody arrest this lady? How many episodes do I have to do before this actually happens? But in my opinion, as she's saying all that, I'm like, this is said like somebody who is working for the military, not with it, not adjacent to it, but is working in the military. And it's also said like someone who definitely would know what Fort Huachuca is. That's just me. I'm bringing up Fort Huachuca again. I'm just saying, it seems like she would know about Fort Huachuca if she knows about all this. I'm just saying. It's a little bit of a leap, I guess, but not really. Not really when you think about it. So as we keep going here, we have Erika Kirk discussing that guy with cancer, I believe. Oh, should I do? Yeah, I'll do the Baron part first, actually. Let me do the Baron part first. Because Candace brings up this, right? This little thing here. And we're going through all the little dates that she has. And then she says, Erika officially Miss Arizona, completes in Miss USA, or competes in Miss USA. Then we go down here. And then she starts talking about how Erika graduated. One of the point, there it is. In May, graduated Arizona State University per LinkedIn, doubled bachelor. And then we have Baron. Baron steps in. There he is. Big Baron steps in on a side quest. Before the opening statements. He just decides, we have a little side quest that we're going to take part in. Just out of nowhere. Just decides, you know what? I got a little side quest. I had a little bit of time. Me and Daisy had some time, so I just figured. So it turns out that that this whole thing, her degree in international relations, it's not offered, doesn't exist, right? Double major can't even be possible, right? And Baron goes and steps into Lionel territory and calls her intrinsically dishonest. Wild that he figured all this out. Now, if you don't know, Baron like pulled up everything. I mean, they went deep. They went deep and figured out that this is not a thing that can be done. Okay, it's just not a possible thing. They did find one degree that mentioned international relations. It seems like Erika did what I think a lot of people do. They go, well, who's really going to look into my credentials? Who's really going to look into my schooling? You know, who's going to actually request my diplomas or anything like that? I'll just say this. That's what it seems like she did. And she just put international relations. She's like, nobody's even going to know. And little did she know that one day Baron was going to look into Google trend searches. He was going to find some really interesting stuff. He was going to blow up. He was going to leave his job, do YouTube full time, and he was going to find out. He was going to find out that there's no way you have a double major, that there's no way that you have an international relations degree, and that you didn't even graduate with honors. Oh, gosh. How do you see that coming? I kind of got to give Erika a pass on this. How do you see that type of thing coming? You know, she didn't expect this guy to come rolling through like that. She had no idea that was going to be happening to her, right? If you came up to her years ago and you said, well, what about Baron? You got to watch out for Baron. She would have been like, what the hell are you talking about? Who's Baron? Put it in my LinkedIn, please. Just put it in there. You know, all mobster like. Who are you talking about? I don't know no Baron. Huh? What family is he from? Huh? Put it in there. LinkedIn, you know, the worst app ever. Hands down the worst app ever. You kind of deserve it. You're if you're using LinkedIn, you kind of deserve what comes to you. That's the way I think about it. Okay? I know I'm a little biased because I just said it's the worst app ever. I know, but I stand by it. I don't think there's any worse of an app. You could not find one if you wanted to. And then there was, and where is my image of that guy? I'll just find it here. But apparently, Project Constitution, he released a video, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, where he actually did a little research on this whole thing that she's doing. And Project Constitution found that the person that she's talking about didn't actually pass away, and the guy is still alive to this day. Pretty sure, this Johnny character. So like the whole, in Project Constitution alleges that the whole thing's made up, that it's not even real, that the guy's actually alive. I don't know. There's a whole bunch being exposed as you look deeper into the onion that is Erika Kirk. More and more gets exposed by the day, and we're almost at the connection that everyone missed. But then we go back to Candace, and Candace talks about Erika Kirk, and this is crazy because this is just too much. There's too many. We got one pastor, right, that has some wild charges, some wild accusations circling around him. Then she goes on tour with another pastor that has these wild accusations of negligence and all sorts of terrible things in Romania happening, right? They're alleging he allowed to happen. And then the guy also, who was the one that did it, he is actually getting charged, or at least it's in the works or was in the works. And then Erika Kirk thanks Colonel Otto Buscher. I'm not even going to show you how I spelled this. I spelled it like Otto. I'm sure it's not actually spelled like that. And I spelled Busher like Busher. I'm sure it's very wrong, but I did my best. I'm not even going to show you how I spelled it. But she thanks him on his website, the same guy who gets caught up in the Romanian Angels scandal. It's just too many. There's too many. There's too many. And it really brings me back to Wolves in Finance. And him talking about Charlie being a knowing participant in a lot of things. It gets harder and harder. I know people keep saying, neurodivergent, naive, and, all these different things. I don't know, man. Like, maybe she hid all of this from him. But he seems like and maybe he wouldn't look into it because it's like, that's my wife. And looking into anything would be me not trusting my wife. And that's a real thing. You know what I mean? I don't go through my wife's phone every day because I trust my wife. I don't want to have to live in a world where I have to go through the phone every day. I don't do that. I could. I'm stronger than her. I could just give me. I could, but I don't. So maybe he did. He had the same type of view on this whole thing. He didn't want to actually go through all of her stuff and look into the claims. He wanted to just take her at her word, trust her, because, at the end of the day, that's how a relationship should be. But every now and then you meet somebody where you should be Googling and you should be checking and you should be researching, going to her LinkedIn, checking out her websites, looking into potential scandals, seeing who she's associated with. Every now and then you meet somebody where that is vital. I'm just saying, men and women, you guys know what I'm talking about. Listen, when I say all this, someone comes to mind in your head. Yeah, exactly, right? Imagine if you didn't look into that person. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Just seems a little crazy to me. So yeah, with Wolves in Finance saying that, potentially he knew what was going on. It's definitely something that you could consider, right? I mean, it's so hard I don't want to have to do mental gymnastics for anybody. And I feel like I kind of have to do that when I'm thinking about Charlie in this whole thing. I feel like you would have had to know something. Like, you wouldn't know about Romanian Angels. You wouldn't know what happened with Romanian Angels. Like, you didn't hear about what circulated around. Like, you had to have heard what circulated around. I would think. Not saying that he was accepting of that type of behavior or anything, but I don't know. But again, then you have your actual girlfriend at the time, wife, whatever, who's looking at you with those vampire cartoonish eyes. And she's saying, listen, it's fine. It's completely fine. There was some things that happened and it was just a misunderstanding. And he's just like, okay, all right. Kind of freaking me out. Where are your eyelids? Where are they? Are they here? Can you just, okay. I'd love to see your eyelids, honey. Just please. I love your eyes. I love the colors, but your eyelids too. They complement your eyes, please. You know? I don't know. Then we get into Baron. Get into Baron and what Baron uncovered. And this is where the connection comes in. All right? This is where the connection comes in. Also, I'm glad that Candace figured out what we were talking about yesterday morning about Tyler Boyer and his multiple stories, and then Erika's story, and Erika doesn't know how they met. And I'm glad she figured that out, and I think she's right when she was making a joke. She's like, I think you guys go way back, way back. I think so too. I think they're deep family friends. I think that just makes sense that their families have known each other for a long time. That would take some digging into Tyler's family, which I don't think anybody has done a lot of. He is seventh generation Arizonian, so it wouldn't be the hardest thing to find, but I haven't seen anybody really dig into, parents, grandparents, or just not even like looking into them and finding anything out about them, but just looking into, are they connected to Lori Frantzve? Like, did they know Lori at all? Or did they know anyone from Lori's family? Because honestly, I would think that they did, because Uncle Jack was doing stuff in UVU. Okay? And he was making sure that whole interfaith thing was happening, right? Going upside people's heads, him and Carmine. Carmine. I just made Carmine up. I just love the name Carmine. You're talking about Italians. You got to talk about a guy named Carmine. Hey, Carmine, you talked to Tommy recently? Tommy's in Vegas. He's going nuts in Vegas. Don't even worry about Tommy. He says he has everything under control. I don't know. He's working with a guy on a casino. He's doing things over there. Don't worry about it. Paulie was talking to him. Apparently he's getting whacked. I don't know. They're going to bring him into a field with the bats. They're going to bring Tommy in the field with the bats? Yeah, what can you do? He's wild. I don't know. All right, anyway, let's make sure that these guys understand what we're doing here. All right, interfaith class number 3. Everybody sit down. I said sit. Carmine, show him the bat. Carmine's got a new bat. The other one got all messy from class number 2. You guys understand? We're doing interfaith. Rule number 1, use shut up. Rules number 2, I talk. I talk. Just the whole class like that. Just threatening people all class. But Uncle Jack was doing things in Utah. And Tyler is of the Mormon persuasion. I have heard. I heard they don't like to be called that anymore. I don't. What are they supposed to be called if they're not called that? I heard they don't like that anymore. Just church. I'll just call them churchgoers. I don't know. But Tyler is of that, right? And he seems to be pretty aligned with that whole interfaith thing. And so does Erika. So I would think that their families would have met along the way, especially Tyler having family that was not directly in politics, kind of adjacent to politics like he was. You would think, eventually, I'm doing this a lot, you would think that they would have crossed paths, or at least family members would have crossed paths. But let's keep going here. I hope we actually figure out how they met. I mean, I mean, what's going to happen is they're going to be like, yeah, so apparently how they met is they dated for 5 years and they both forgot. They both were in a long-term relationship, and Tyler actually proposed to Erika, and Erika said yes, and they were engaged, and they just forgot. Yeah, they actually did get married. Yeah, they never got divorced, and they just stayed married, and both of them forgot. That was it. That was how it happened, you know? It's gonna be a wild story like that, for sure. But let's jump into what Baron had to say. Now, I found this very, very interesting. Again, some people might feel like, why are you going back? Why are you going backwards when you're watching Baron do his thing? Oh, LDS? That's what people are saying? And then somebody said not LDS. Oh, they're LDS. Okay. LDS. I don't know. Whatever. I'll get an email. I always get an email, you know? Quicker than Scientologist with the emails, with the contact. It's very interesting. And I don't read them, by the way, just so you guys know. So Baron gets into the family of Hunter Kozak, right? You have Elliot Kozak, the go-to guy for Bob Hope. He passed away at 80 years old. The old age of 80 years old, right? I could insert a Baron joke here, but I'm not going to. He's young and vibrant, okay? I see all the things you're saying about Baron. He's young and vibrant, and he has all his teeth, and they're all real, okay? I won't hear anything to the contrary. Tell him how young and vibrant he is when you're in his chat, please. Please, he needs this. Can't be calling him 76 years old. Fleet called him 70 years old in his live stream just yesterday. Can't do that. You're adding years to it, Fleet. Come on. Don't do that to Baron. But he brings up this Elliot character. Big dude in Hollywood, apparently, right? Bunch of these guys are just big dudes in Hollywood. Find it very interesting. Turns out his whole family is big in Hollywood. Not his whole family, but at least grandfather, father. I think Baron broke down a cousin as well, who was a podcast producer. And then you have Hunter, who is, again, same type of thing, have family in Hollywood, and then you are in politics, kind of politics adjacent type of thing, right? He was a part of the Un-F America tour, which followed around Charlie Kirk. I don't know if Baron got into that. He was following around Charlie Kirk. A streamer named Destiny was at the head of this organization alongside someone else, and they were just following around Charlie Kirk, talking about how Charlie was wrong about everything, trying to get in front of Charlie, like Hunter actually accomplished. And the thing that stood out to me the most with what Baron was talking about when it came to Hunter was this. This stood out the most. This tweet stood out the most to me. He said that his mom is LDS. That's what I should say. Look, he doesn't even say it. His mom is that, and he doesn't even say it. He just says Mormon, whatever. LDS, Mormon. And his dad is secular, right? And he's secular Jewish. Oh, I mean, Philadelphian. But that doesn't stop the dumbest people, blah, 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 blah. Now, that really stood out to me because I was like, oh, the guy who spoke to Charlie last had a family that was interfaith, that in Utah, right in front of Charlie, asking him the last question that had to do with shootings, had to do with people, you know, it was trans tutors, okay? Which really made me start to believe right away. I was like, oh, like that reminds me of Uncle Jack again. You're looking beautiful, Uncle Jack. You look beautiful, okay? You look beautiful. That's what John Gotti Jr. says about his dad anytime someone asks. He was beautiful. You was beautiful. And he kind of does look like John Gotti. If you ever seen John Gotti when he was older, kind of looks like John Gotti with the gray on the side. That's such a mobster thing to happen. Just the gray on the side and it's colored on top. That's such a mobster thing to happen, you know? Even if you're not a mobster, if you get older and that happens to you, you start breaking heads. You start racketeering, you know? You just start doing it out of nowhere. You start charging You start charging stores around you for protection. No matter what. Even if you're just a nice, well-to-do person, you just start doing it, you know? Start talking to guys named Paulie. You start eating gabagoo. You do. You do. Hey, test it. Test my theory. I told you about Candace's hair, right? And I was right about that. Test my theory with this one. Find any guy with hair like this and ask him a little bit about himself. And he's going to be like, what do you want to know, huh? What do you want to know? Huh? You got a Y on? That's how he's going to talk to you no matter what. Ladies too. Same thing. But it really made me think of Uncle Jack and how Uncle Jack was doing the whole interfaith thing. So the last person to talk to Charlie is this kid who is the embodiment of what Uncle Jack was doing. The same kid, I shouldn't say kid. This guy's like in his 30s, I would think. He looks like it at least. The same kid who actually sat down, not just talked to Charlie for the last time, but then also got to ask Erika Kirk a question while she was with Barry Weiss. So you got this kid. They're in UVU. Erika has this Uncle Jack, who is the originator of this whole interfaith thing at UVU, which I think sets the groundwork for how things are today and also sets the groundwork for Candace's whole theory about who did what. So that happens. That's Erika's uncle. Then you have Hunter Kozak, who is interfaith, right? He's not, I don't think he's from Utah. I would lose my mind if he was from Utah. He's interfaith as well. Ask Charlie his last question. Charlie dies. The guy's seen practicing. People say he was practicing. He was in line going, ooh, ooh. Well, he was practicing. And then when it happened to Charlie, he did the same thing. Right? There's a whole bunch to that guy. Jesse did a whole breakdown on him. I've done a couple breakdowns on him. You know? I don't know, man. Seems so weird. So my last question becomes, does Uncle Jack have any connection to Elliot Kozak? That would just set it off for me. Now, obviously, Elliot's passed away. But if there is a connection there, that means that there's a connection between those families. If there's a connection between those families, I mean, what are we even talking about here? What are we talking about here if there's a connection between those families? Now, obviously, I could search it up quickly, but I need someone to actually research that. I need someone to actually look into that because it has to be more than just, I had to Google Gabagoo. You could Google Gabagoo and then look into the videos about Gabagoo. It's hilarious. So that right there, I mean, I could search it. I could easily just search it, but it's not enough. You have to actually go deep into the families because there's so many times where AI, right? Because it's AI, will tell you that there's no connection between these two people. And then you do some more digging, you start reading between the lines, and then you go, hey, but if this is this and this is that, aren't they connected? And then it goes, oh, thanks for calling that out. Yes, they are connected. They've known each other for this long. And all of a sudden it's like a whole other thing opens up and you're like, why didn't you say that at the beginning? And it just says, you're right to call that out. I know this could be frustrating. And you're just like, oh, I'm going to throw my computer out the window. Yeah, that's how it is when you interact. And then Jack Solomon, like I could just look into it quickly. I will. Connection. But it's not going to provide me much just right off the bat like this. He was a telecommunications advisor. Elliot Kozak. Big guy. Elliot Kozak, career and legacy. Prominent television producer, agent, manager, best known for his long-standing professional career. Comedian Bob Hope. One of Kozak's notable achievements. Then it goes through Jack Solomon. Does he even know who Jack is? See, it's saying sound engineer, professor, investment banker, casino developer, born in 1930, who built the Colorado Bell Hotel and Casino in Laughlin, Nevada, and co-founded. He was also, that's Uncle Jack? Is it Jack David? So let me just pull this up here. So we have Jack. Uncle Jack. Is Uncle Jack's name Jack David? Because the Jack that I'm seeing here, right, there's a bunch of them, but I think it's this one. Yeah. Jack David. Now, Candace was going to talk about the casino connections, but I don't think she actually ever did. But this guy built Colorado Bell Hotel and Casino in Laughlin. So this guy built a casino, right? Then the Philadelphian Armored Corps Museum in Lat Run. He was involved in Philadelphia community and pro-Philadelphia causes. I think that's him. So I'm just going to do this really quick. Again, I'd have to go deeper into this, you know. Oh, is there a connection between the two? Let's see. There's no connection between the two. Elliot's career was centered around television production, the various Jack Solomons, blah, 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 no overlapping projects, while both names appear in entertainment adjacent fields. Okay, Jack Solomon. So I have to actually specify, is this Jack connected to Elliot? Now again, I'd have to go deeper into this. You'd have to go way deeper. I'm using Brave right now to search. This would really be a job for like Grok. Grok would have to be the thing that you use for this. Yeah, so this Jack David, that is the guy. So this guy's built casinos. This guy's a mobster. I mean, how could he not be? I mean, come on. Professional and personal life centered around business, Philadelphia community, Nevada. So in Vegas and in Utah. Where is Elliot? Where's Elliot Kozak from? You know, Jesse offered Hunter Kozak $20,000 to take a lie detector test. You know that? And Hunter said he would take it, and then he just disappeared. He said, oh yeah, I'd do that. $20,000. Jesse just has $20,000 to throw at a lie detector test? So he's born in Brooklyn. Okay. So he's born in Brooklyn, Bob Hope, California. Yeah, so I'm not seeing a connection there right now, but I have to go deeper into it because I think there could be. I like how how it comes naturally for me to say Philadelphia. Yeah, it has to. You know, we're fighting to survive out here. It has to come natural. We have to do that. But yeah, that would have to be a bigger job. Lance, if Lance is here, help me with that, Lance. Let's look into Jack David Solomon, Elliot Kozak, or just the Kozak family in general, and see if there's any type of connection between the two. Because if there is, it would be crazy. Is there 6,000 people in the chat? I know Black Poppy. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Anyway, that's what I wanted to look into. That's the connection that I'm not seeing anybody really make when it comes to Uncle Jack. Yeah, I think Uncle Jack is a very, very I think he's an underrated connection in this whole thing. I really do. I think he's really underrated. People aren't considering Uncle Jack enough in this whole thing. They're focused on Carla being Erika's mom, and people aren't even thinking, if Carla's Erika's mom and Uncle Jack was with Carla, and then that makes Uncle Jack her mom, wait, let me look at Uncle Jack for a second. That makes Uncle Jack her dad. I mean, I need more pictures of Uncle Jack, you know? That's what I need. I need more pictures of Uncle Jack. I need to see more of what Uncle Jack looked like. Because Lori definitely looks like Erika. And there's no denying that. I know some people be like, man, blah, 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 John A. Ramsey, all this stuff. But they look very much alike. But then somebody pointed out to me that Erika had a nose job. And then I was like, oh, I just don't, the world doesn't make sense anymore. Like, nothing makes sense. Yeah. Does she have a nose job to make her nose look more like her mom's nose? So what are we doing here if that's the case? What do I do? How do we handle this if that's the case? Let's see if I can find. I can't find any pictures of Uncle Jack. It's showing me all these other Jacks. Man, that's one thing I'm gonna look for. I want a little comparison in terms of how they look. This isn't good enough. This kind of shows the nose a little bit. This kind of gives the nose just a little bit, but you can't tell much from this picture. This is an old school picture. This is like a picture that the Bureau would take while they were like tracking somebody. You know, they'd be like way far away taking that picture. Like, there he is. There he is with Carlo Gambino. He's with Carlo Gambino right now. What's Uncle Jack doing with Carlo Gambino? They be trying to figure it out, trying to take down Al Capone. Let's keep going here, guys. I guess I'll talk about this guy. I didn't want to talk about this guy, but I found it so crazy when I saw it because of how the media is trying to spin it. I found it really, really weird. Let's see if we can just find this guy. Yeah, there he is. See, it's a little violent, so I can't fully show it. I think I'll just freeze it for a second. But what these guys do to this guy, he's a serviceman. Like, he served the country, you know? So as they're trying to take this guy out, right, and he says he's not dying for Philadelphia. That's what he's screaming. Not dying for Philadelphia, right? So they take this guy out. This guy has his arm hooked in a door. Ugh, I don't even want to show it. Oh, my God. I'm not even going to show that part. I'll show the part where they... Ugh, the whole thing is crazy. Whatever, the one image that I showed you. But either way, he has his arm hooked on a door. And they pull him so hard that his arm breaks. And then the media starts going with the story that he broke his own arm. I mean, a guy that served the country. They clearly did it. They clearly just didn't have the thought process of like, okay, get this guy's arm out of this place. Okay, let's get it out of this place and then let's move him. They didn't take that line of thought at all. And they just pulled and it snapped. It's just, and then the media is just saying that he broke his own arm. Mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing to me. I can't believe it. I seriously can't believe it. Oh, man. I don't know. Trigger Smart showed it. Yeah, I was talking to Trigger Smart. I'm like, hey, man, like, if you're ever wondering about your growth, it's, I can tell you some things. I'm pretty sure I sent them that message. Pretty sure I did. I'm like, you know, all your tags are about firearms. You know that, right? Like, you can't. That doesn't work with YouTube. And he's like, oh, I didn't. I'm pretty sure I had this conversation with him. So, of course, he showed it. Of course. I'm not doing what he's doing. I'm definitely not doing what he's doing. But some people just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Like what you can and can't show. Yeah, this is as they figure it out. They go, oh, did your arm break in like a very crazy place? Like right above your elbow? Did it snap there? Oh, wow. Okay, so handcuff this guy and let's get him to a place where they can put screws and bolts inside his arm now, because that's definitely what's going to be needed from now on. That's it. That's just how that goes forever. This post didn't actually have, I'm just going to put broke his arm. I want to actually say the guy's name, you know? I think that's vital. Even look back after Timothy Shearley audibly broke his arm. Whoa, who did it? No. He didn't break his arm. Brian? Yeah, his name's Brian McGinnis. Brian McGinnis is the man's name. There you go. So, that's the guy. Can't believe they did that to him. Has he posted about it yet? Yeah, he did. On behalf of Brian's family. Oh, yeah, okay. So they just made this post. On behalf of Brian's family, we want to express our deepest gratitude for the overwhelming outpouring of support and contributions over the last 24 hours. At this time, our priority is Brian's well-being. We are taking a necessary step back from the public eye to allow him to focus fully on recovering in private, while he looks forward to engaging with all of you again very soon. His health and his family are the current priorities. Yeah, in private, talking to lawyers. What? That video's everywhere. Talking to lawyers, figuring out how much the check's gonna be. You know? He's like, well, I serve the country, so I don't want to get greedy. We do it high seven figures? High seven figures? Yeah? Okay, we have a deal. Sorry, you can't shake hands. I didn't realize you can't shake my hand. Here, give you a pat on the shoulder, big guy. Or I can shake the other hand. There you go. That's what's happening with that guy. That guy has to have a lawsuit coming. Has to have a check coming his way. Especially after they lied about it. Well, I mean, they didn't lie about it. The media did. The media made it up for some reason. Who knows why? Let's keep going here. Actually, let's jump in here. I always have stuff that I'm like, am I going to talk about this? Am I not going to talk about this? And I think I'm not going to talk. Oh, what Erika got roasted for. Sorry, guys. I completely forgot. I was supposed to show you what Erika got roasted for. I'm going to read Fleet's response to this video, okay? I'm going to read it. I'm not going to put it on the screen. All capital letters. She is not even a good public speaker. There is nothing about this woman that is authentic. Brat's head looking A, B, itch. None of those kids are buying her BS. Now the caps have gone away. They all know what she did and the questions she won't answer. She is duplicitous. She's been watching Lionel as well. She is a duplicitous taint. Never thought I'd see those two words together, Fleet. Huh? Fleet's been writing songs. So now Fleet has a different type of vocabulary, you know? Been expanding. I've never seen those two words together. You're the first person for sure in history to put those two words together, who pathologically lies and had her husband off. Like, question mark. What the actual F are we doing here? And then tags Erika.
I get this question.
Tags Erika and tags Blake. Blake didn't even do anything. Calls Blake scum at the end. Blake's not even in the clip, guys. Oh my gosh. I was laughing so hard when I saw that. I didn't even want to comment on it. I was just like, oh, there's Fleet. There's Fleet. All right. I'm like, bookmark. Talk about that tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Fleet. Going in. Get that confidence up. Get that confidence up, girl. You are in the zeitgeist of things. You know? Let your thought processes be heard. Only at 2,700 on Twitter. Oh man, that's gonna go up soon. Trust me. Ian just shared her song. I actually want to see, what is that song? What are the views that song is at after Ian shared it? Ian has an effect. Ian shares stuff. Oh, there's a bump. There's a bump for sure when Ian shares stuff, right? He's like our Joe Rogan. He shares some stuff about you, and all of a sudden, things just start happening. Fleet is the GOAT. Yeah, man. That was remarkable when I saw that. I was like, whoa. It's like, why'd she do that? Why is she yelling like that? But I kind of get it. Here, let's check it out. This is the most recent clip of Erika Kirk speaking. Those are not real people behind her. It's just a banner. Okay. And she's in front of a lot of young people here.
You know, I get this question too of, well, you know, you were a stay-at-home mom and all this stuff. Like, that's what you should go back to doing or something like that. A lot of people don't realize that before I met Charlie, I had my own company, and I still do.
Really? Really? That's interesting. Isn't that an interesting thing to say? She has her own company, she still does? What company? It's not the Romanian Angels. That thing got dismantled. It's definitely not that. Whatever is going on in China, it's definitely not that. I would hope. I would hope. So what company is she talking about? Is it AZ Tech? Is it Super Califragilistic Espitalgocious whatever with Lori and Tyler? What is it? What is the company? I feel like she's just straight up. It doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound truthful.
And it was one of those things where I built it in a way where that when I got married and had children, it could run on its own. I didn't have to do day to day. I could check in, but I didn't have to do day to day. And that's the beautiful thing is like young women in here, if you do create a company or a business and you're an entrepreneur, build it in a way that it sustains itself so that when you do find your husband and you have children, family, that's your main focus. You can have your calling on the side of your company, but your main focus is your husband and your children. And there's something beautiful in that. Unfortunately, I did not see my life being like this. I didn't. So when people are like, oh, she's now this role, I'm honoring what the Lord has put in front of me, and I'm also honoring my husband's request. And now I have to be the sole provider for my children. And again,
already a millionaire. Hey. Sole provider for the children. Hey, already a millionaire. One more time. Already a multi-millionaire. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. And also, turning point, sole provider, right? She's a sole provider now. Charlie, I don't know if you guys heard this. Breaking news. I'm breaking ground here, okay? You guys haven't heard this before. Charlie founded Turning Point. So, I'm talking in all caps like Fleet now. So, she's good. Just putting it out there. I mean, yeah. Does she get like half of the $250 million they made? No. But can they definitely make sure to help her out? Was there definitely a life insurance policy on Charlie? I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we actually talking about here? And then on top, sole provider. And then on top of that, okay, her mom has all these companies that do shoop walla doodop, adopt damn do. I don't know what they do, okay? But they do stuff, and they have big contracts. And her mom's almost gone. You know, I hope not. I don't want anybody's mom to pass away. I think that's a terrible thing to have happen. But to act like she's not taken care of on both sides, her husband who passed, her mother who is rich. These companies are not small companies. Again, I won't say she's a billionaire. I won't say it's 9 figures, but I will say mom's for sure a millionaire. Husband was a millionaire. Husband had a life insurance policy, I would think for millions of dollars. Mom probably has one too, probably for millions of dollars. What are we talking about? I'm the sole provider now. I'm just hustling and grinding. Guys, you know. Gotta get that grind in. What else could I do? Otherwise, we'd be on the streets. This is why people don't like her, man. This is why.
And this is not a business card opportunity. There's something very biblical in a woman honoring her husband and stepping up and standing in. I have an amazing team. I do, and I could not do it without them. Again, my focus is on making sure my children are amazing, young, biblically aligned little humans. But again, you perspective, your life is so much greater than just this blip on a radar. And my focus is always making sure that everything that I'm doing is leading me closer to heaven, not further away from it.
There you go.
You know,
Trying to get closer to heaven every step of the way. Yeah. I don't know how good of a job she's doing at that quite yet, but there's time. You know, baby steps. I'm just trying to get towards heaven. And we're just grinding towards heaven right now. That's what we're focused on. And this whole Charlie thing set us way back. It set us so far back. Guys, you have no idea. We really got to get to stepping towards this heaven thing, because what happened with Charlie, it set us back. A lot of time, a lot of walking back. I'm very sorry about that, everybody. But we're selling hats. We're doing good things. We're putting glitter where glitter needs to go. Huh? In pyrotechnics, we trust. Am I right, guys? Huh? Just saying. You know. Can't wait to see what that Christine lady does with this video. She's for sure gonna cover this video. You have to. And then also I will add, she wraps it all up with like, this is biblical, what I'm doing. This is actually it's always, whether it's McCoy, whether it's Majestic McCoy, whether it's Colvette, whether it's Blake, whoever it is, they're always connecting what they want to do with the Lord. That you're really not supposed to do that. I've learned the lesson the hard way. You're not supposed to try and jam what you want to do as a person along with what the Lord, God, Christ, Bible says. You're not supposed to be doing that. And that's exactly what she's doing there. There's something really biblical and beautiful to what I'm doing. No. We all saw the conversation where she sat down with her husband and he was talking about being a mother and talking about how running a huge company is not the thing for you to be doing, and being a mother is actually way more important. And she's clearly in a position where she can do just that. Clearly in a position where she could do only that for the rest of her life and be fine. I mean, I'm just saying, right? She could have her own P.O. box and they can just run millions of dollars through it. I mean, she could. I'm not saying she does, but she could. That could happen. They could just take care of her. But again, the life insurance, I can only imagine how much it was. The GoFundMe, I can only imagine how much. And apparently she took that money. I don't know what she did with it. She might have donated it all, right? Claims to have a good heart, trying to get to heaven, right? So she might have donated all the GoFundMe money. All the hats. There was like GoFundMe. Forget about GoFundMe. I know, I have a friend that actually participated in this, right? Super conservative dude, where I think he sold thousands of shirts, and all the proceeds went to the Kirk family. It didn't go to Turning Point, it went to the Kirk family. There were so many people doing it. Officer Tatum did that. There were multiple people who did that type of thing. And they must have sold collectively at least 1 million shirts, because everybody wanted a freedom shirt at that point. They wanted a freedom shirt, a freedom hoodie. They wanted We Are Charlie Kirk. They wanted all of that stuff. And everybody knew it was going to a good cause. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Fleet's wrong, If you're on X, make sure you follow Fleet. Fleet's going off sometimes. Fleet's going on the low. Not many people see it, but Fleet's going off. It's so funny catching your friends and you're just like, oh man, he's mad. Look at him. He's really angry. Who's he talking to? Oh man, wow. Scum. Called her a B? Wow, all caps? Jeez. My friend's upset right now. I'm not gonna like it. I'm just gonna bookmark that. Keep that for later. Ask him about it later, But yeah, a lot of people were upset with that video. With that video of Erika, Yeah, jump scare got you. Let's keep going here. But that's basically, I guess there's some other things that Candace said, but I mean, I don't even know if I want to get into that. Oh, somebody just made this. Oh, it's for Baron. Baron said Columbo looked like he was like 62 years old. Columbo was fine, man. Can't hate on Columbo. Back in the day, that's what somebody who was in their 40s looked like. They looked like Columbo. That's how it works. We're different types of 40-year-olds now. It's completely different. That's how it used to look. I just pulled that up for no reason. I wanted to find the thing that Candace actually said. So let me just find the thing that Candace actually talked about. A lot of it is just like, Philadelphia stuff. Oh no. Again? Jeez. Candace doesn't play around. But neither does Jeremy Boring. Here, check this out. Let's get into this. Daily Mail asked me how I feel about Candace Owens, or what she's become. I imagine I feel like everyone who has helped her on her journey. Not good. And Candace was like, that's a very simple response. Huh. Maybe I'll just let him say that, Wasn't too mean. Wasn't too, too much. Nope. Candace wasn't playing that stuff. She said, Jeremy Boring, in direct response to what I just read, she says, Jeremy Boring is a failed Hollywood actor. For a few years, he publicly pretended to be running a media company when in reality, he sat himself in hair and makeup chair every day, casting himself in every company project, still hoping for his big break. She could have left it there. That was enough. It went exactly like this. Introducing Jeremy's razors, introducing Jeremy's chocolate, Jeremy starring in the leading role in Lady Ballers, Jeremy's hair products, Jeremy's rock band, Smokey Mike, and the God King. Is that real? I hope that is not real. She has to be making that up. Oh, we'll have to look into that, guys. I mean, can I find a song? Or we can just make fun of them. We can make parody songs. Jeremy's childhood dream, creative failed fantasy series called Pendragon, which cost the company over $60 million and led to an unceremonious ouster from Daily Wire. And now she could stop there. She could have stopped 100 characters ago. And now, for his final act, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the serial failure former CEO who no journalist will book, hire, or even make quotations from unless he agrees to fictionalize conversations he absolutely never had with Candace Owens, who he now claims he helped create. Holy jeez. Jeremy has never created anything but a mess. So much so that I am actually fully team Ben Shapiro in the matter of what happened to the Daily Wire. Wow. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she had to say about that. Psych. No, she keeps going. Caleb Robinson was running the company. Jeremy was never around. He was busy trying to be famous and lying to Ben Shapiro about company finances. He created drama between me and Ben to distract Ben from the company's spending habits. I refer to Jeremy as Ben's rich wife with the company Amex. Wow. Give that a like. That was 13 minutes ago, guys. Like Candace is live doing this right now. There was no need for all that. That was a lot. Again, this is all Jeremy said. That actually is amazing. He said 3 lines. 3 lines. And Candace was like, you know what? I'm done my coffee and I'm pissed. And that's it. And she just went at him. She didn't even bring up Philadelphia. That's how you know she's really pissed. She could have steered it towards Philadelphia. And she was like, nah, this is all about Jeremy. Jeremy sucks. She's full team Ben Shapiro. Do you know how mad she has to be to say she's team Ben Shapiro in anything? Do you know how angry she has to be right now? Wow. Candace Owens going at it. I love it. Went 34-round knockout. Yeah. Like, what's going on? That was crazy. That's not even what I was looking for. Just so you know, that was not what I was looking for, because she just did this minutes ago, going in on Jeremy. Wow. Incredible. And she's also talking about the Khazarians, the ancient Philadelphians. I don't know if you guys know. And then what else? And then she called Tucker Carlson a hero. I think that's one of the biggest things to focus on. I'm glad that she said that. She's reposting Megyn Kelly. Her and Megyn Kelly are going to do a show together soon. I already called it out, just so you guys know. She said Philadelphia killed 3,000 people in a September event. I don't know if you guys heard of that one. I mean, just crazy. There's the hero tweet. That's actually what I was looking for, Tucker Carlson is an American hero. There are so few at the top. It's humbling to observe him. He's in his prime. I would agree. Tucker, I'm actually crying from that. I would agree with her on the Tucker Carlson bit. And the Jeremy Boring band, just so you know. Definitely Team Candace on that. I think Jeremy Boring is an odd, small man, not as small as Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the derogatory with him. Yeah, I'm not gonna make up things. He's taller than Ben Shapiro. I get it, but you know, he's still a very small man in what he's trying to do. So I don't know where Candace is gonna go next, guys. I don't know what's gonna pop up next. She seems to be going very chronological. The last little breakdown she had for us in the list of things went all the way to, what year is this? 2012. So she's still working through 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16. I honestly just wanted to get to China. I want to hear what happened in China. I think that will be the biggest tell. If it's anything like what happened in Romania, I can't think anything else than something is very suspect with her movements. That's what I'll say. If it's the same type of stuff, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyways, guys, let's jump into some super chats here. Let's jump on into some super chats here. Actually, what else is happening live on X? I should do like a live on X little segment for you guys when stuff's going on. But I don't think anything, like I told you guys, they deleted 65,000 documents. A lot of people are posting about Columbo now that I called Baron Columbo. I hope Baron doesn't hate. That's a pure compliment, just so you know. It's pure compliment. I called Baron the Columbo of our time. That's a compliment, okay? He's also like Paul Harvey. Actually, there was a few of you that were messaging me, and you're like, have you heard of Paul Harvey? I have heard of Paul Harvey, and Paul Harvey is Baron is very much like Paul Harvey. If you guys don't know who Paul Harvey is, a great introduction to Paul Harvey is, let me see, what is happening live? Holds a White House press briefing. Everything's escalating now. Paul Harvey is an incredible voice that a lot of people actually don't know about. He's an American broadcaster, and he showed up for years and years and years and years and years and years. I mean, just day after day, day after day, day after day. And he would do something that is very similar to Baron's opening statements. Very, very similar. In fact, all of his work was very much like Baron's opening statements. That's Paul Harvey right there. Great, great American broadcaster. I mean, just one of the best of our time. Absolutely incredible guy. Now, the video that you have to watch, I got hit hard with a copyright claim the last time I played it, but I played it because Joe Rogan was actually covering it one day. But that video right there, if you don't get a Baron vibe from this, a Baron opening statement vibe from this, I don't know what to tell you, but you will. I know you will. So that's what he reminds me of. He's a mix of Paul Harvey and Columbo. And if you combine Paul Harvey and Columbo's ages, you get very close to Baron's. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's young and vibrant. Okay. I expect everybody to be saying that in his chat. Tell him that he is young and vibrant. Okay. That's what we're going to be saying to him when he goes live today. I think he's going live today. What day is it? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, somebody just sent me a live email. I should probably check that out really quick. This could be the senator that connects Erika and Tyler. Who is it? AZ Tech. AZ. Let me see here. So somebody just sent me something that could connect Tyler and Erika. Yesterday, Candace brought up the fact that Erika said they may have connected through a senator. This person here, I don't know if I'm supposed to say your name, so I won't, says that this might be the connection. Hundreds, rally. And I told you guys, if you go to the store, right, and you go to the contact place, it just comes straight to my phone, just so you know. Some things I read, some things are just absolute nonsense. You know, people trying to tell me how to pronounce words. Not interested. I should be though. I should appreciate you guys more. Norwegian. I just don't click links, guys. I just don't. I can't. So anytime you send me anything, just give me the title. Let me just see here. AZ Central. Okay. This is from April 18th. This article. This is the exact same title that the article had. What in here? Oh, interesting. Hundreds gather Saturday in Phoenix, supporting Romanian and Norwegian couple half a world away who are trying to reunite their family. Oh, you're just not going to let me see it? I got to buy things? Should I do it? Here, you guys won't see my information. Whatever. Let's just do it. It's $1 for a month. And then I forget, and then they charge me like $50. Fine, whatever. Let's see. I want to read the rest of the article. Listen, person, I don't want to say your name. I'll say your name, Carly. I won't say your last name, though. Carly, if you have access to this website, please send me the article. Just send it all to me, just so I can see it. Because right now I can't see it. And my credit card information isn't just loading up like it should. I thought they were watching everything we did and recording everything we did, but now my credit card information is not there. So we don't know what's going on here. Chants and prayers in both English and Romanian echo through blah, 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 Phoenix. The only thing that's not there is the senator. So you gotta help me out here, Carly. Let me see. Oh, you put his name. Well, you know, I'm getting real old in my age. She put his name. What is his name? Trent Franks, senator. Okay. Sorry, you actually did it. Thank you. Did not run for U.S. Senate. He announced he would seek a Senate seat vacated. Okay, that's in 2011. He served as a Republican member of the U.S. House of Representatives for Arizona, 8th Congressional District from 03 to 17. He resigned amid allegations that he asked 2 female staffers to serve as surrogates for his children, offering $5 million. A very odd place, this Arizona. You know, Utah too, but Arizona as well. It's like it goes under the radar quite a bit. Very odd place. And that's right. I'm making that assumption based on one person's actions. Very, very odd place. Erika's there too, so I can make the assumption based on her actions as well. Okay. So how does this guy? Okay, Frank Turtz, Erika Kirk. I mean, I'll look into it. Send me another email with what you're talking about, and perhaps you can help me out here, lady. No offense, call you lady like that. Let's see. Okay, they're linked through. Are linked through a 2013 documentary titled Black Start, produced by. Oh, that is the promotional video. So it's a documentary. That's what they call it. Interesting. If you don't know who that is, that's the woman that made the video where Erika Kirk is in that room and people thought she was like talking to like the heads of the bureau and the heads of the agency, which was just not real. But she was accompanied by different people who were formerly in those positions, you know, director of the agency and things like that. She was accompanied by those people and she does know those people. So there is that. Which focused on EMP attacks, vulnerability, U.S. grid. She appears in clips, documentary. Frank, he is a former blah, 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 blah. After resigning, surrogates. Ridiculous. So they're connected in that. They're both linked through a documentary. I wonder who is he in the documentary? Let's see here. You got to go to YouTube. Oh no, that's not YouTube. This YouTube. Don't forget to check out Paul Harvey, by the way. So there's the video, Black Start. So is he in the video? Is this him? No.
Military style weapons.
No, that's not him. That's definitely not him because that's a lady. This dude is advisor to President Reagan. Someone who she also knows. That is Erika in the room, just in case you're confused on what video it is that I was talking to you guys about. Let's keep going here. Let's see where he is. Carly is feeling like, oh, this guy was actually former head of the agency. That is James Woolsey Jr., R. James Woolsey Jr. That's also someone that Erika knows. Very telling. This lady's nuts in that video. She's just like a nutbag in that video. Where is he? Is he even? Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. No, that's not him. That's Tom Popick. Resilient Society. So I don't know what. See, sometimes AI is just on the fritz. Sometimes it's right. Let's see. Nope. Kevin Freeman, CEO of Global Investment Council, someone that Erika also knows. Just to put it out there, she knows a lot of wild people. So is this him at the end? Let's see. Nope, it's not him at the end. So how are they connected through this? I don't know. But you have to tell me how you feel they are connected. But I guess they've known each other since 2013. I'm thinking that he was a congressman. Oh, let me see this. Former congressman, it says. I'm thinking that they knew each other far before 2013. I'm thinking they knew each other before they even both went to Romania at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. That's just my thought process. So this guy was a congressman. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see if he's the one. Trent Franks. We'll see if he is possibly the connector there. Thank you so much for your email. Very much appreciate that. Oh, okay. She sent me more. Both are former AZ congressmen. Janine acted with Erika in Black Star and Trent Frank. Janine has mob ties. Frank has been in Janine's show a few times. Okay. True. Okay. Let me see here. And then Janine has mob ties, you say? Okay. Well, I'll have to look into this more. There's nothing more I hate in a podcast than dead air. I don't like dead air, guys. And that's what happens when I start researching things, So let's thank you so much, Carly. And you're watching. You're very intent. Thank you for being so quick with the emails here. You sent that like a minute ago, right away. Thank you very much. But yeah, we'll look into how they're connected. Makes sense that they're connected through a senator, through some kind of politics. I just think it goes back further than 2011, like I said. Let's get into these super chats. I should be also looking at what'd you say about Mark? I got to make sure you don't say anything bad about Mark. Just because he is a friend of the show now. I got to check if my buddy had a baby. He did not yet. They're having the baby. Oh, man. My buddy's wife, she's Cuban. And she's like, my mother always taught me, she's like, all you have to do when you have a baby, you just one push. That's it. You go like this, you go. So she says she's going to have the baby in one push. And they say that she had her first baby, one push. She goes like this, and she goes. She has a whole technique that she does. And she says the baby just slides right out. Okay. So we'll see. We're going to be heading over to the hospital soon. I think by 8 o'clock, we'll be heading over to the hospital to pick up their little kid. But, and I don't doubt her. Listen, I don't doubt her. I'm making fun. I don't doubt her. I think she can do it. She's been preparing to do it. But man, she is big right now. Like big, like real big. Like it looks like there's two babies big, So if she just throws that out, one shot, I think they got like a 9-pound baby. One push, 9-pound baby. All right. Well, take pictures. Hopefully I have them on the show soon. Let's get into it here. Let me go to the tippy top. We got Dorothy. I think the super chat yesterday from Mark is Candace's ex-producer who got doxxed. I think he was joking that he works at Sizzler now. You should live stream with him. It's Candace Owens adjacent. I wouldn't do it just because it's Candace Owens adjacent. I mean, Baron is Candace Owens adjacent, but I mean, he seems like a very interesting guy, and I would love to know. I've worked behind the scenes in Hollywood, and I would love to know what it was like for him working behind the scenes and how he felt about her becoming like the #1 podcast and all of that stuff, and just dealing with all of that, right? Like one time I was talking about how the pressure that Candace has on her, she has such crazy pressure. Everybody's attacking her. It always happens when she's on vacation. She comes back to do her first video. There's pressure from the fans that it's going to be good. There's pressure from the haters that it's going to be bad. And it's like, how do you deal with all that? But like, also, how does he deal with that type of pressure? Like, how does he wrap his mind around what's happening? All the hate that collects, right? Do they just ignore it? Do they embrace it? Like, what do they do? Because, you know, as soon as he stopped working with her, that was the first we ever saw of him. Other than that, they're basically in the shadows quite a bit. Their names get mentioned on the podcast, but not much else. But yes, you're right. That was him, and I didn't connect it. And then he followed me on Instagram, and I followed him back, and then we had a conversation. And I was like, you know, sorry, I didn't realize it was you. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about some stuff for sure. If he's open to it, we're definitely gonna be doing something. I'm convinced someone close to Ben hates him. My wife would not let my eyebrows look like that. That's the only logical explanation, that she detests him. Yeah, you know what? I have to say the same thing. You guys can't tell, but my eyebrows, they do a thing. Almost like that dude who started that with Paul E. Vallely, you know, that dark, you know, the guy with the eyebrows. My eyebrows kind of do that. I get it from my dad. They do like a little thing where they're like, they curl up. Like it's a weird thing they do. It's like they got a little James Dean curl. And my wife is always like, let me cut those. And I'm like, I'm not letting you cut my eyebrows. I'm not doing my eyebrows. You know, it's like a man thing. I got to hold on to these things. But it's nothing like Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro seems like he has had an eyebrow hair transplant. That's what it seems like. It is crazy what's going on with his eyebrows. And it looks like he colored them. Like, you know, he has enough eyebrow hair that not only are they growing, not only can they be styled, but he also is able to give them highlights. Like, what's happening with this guy? It's really weird. You know? Very, very odd. If he shaves those eyebrows down, a lot of people don't realize this. If he shaves his eyebrows down and gets them to a normal human level and just lets those extreme layers of hair just fall off, he actually looks like Brett Cooper. You ever notice that? Yeah. Take a look. Ben Shapiro looks like Brett Cooper. Check it out. Go look. See them both side by side. They look like they're brother and sister. You know, no shade on her, of course. I'm just saying. Just I have weird observations. Rachel, I'm kidding. It's Heather. Good morning, Mint Daddy crew. Fleet's newest video is her best to date. It's up there. I saw Ian shared it when I woke up this morning. Happy birthday, coach. NSL cap. Happy birthday, coach. Steam up on Alpha Jaguar Alpha. Look at that. You spelled stream wrong. So now everybody thinks you're saying steam it up. Look, see, you only have one chance at that type of thing. I don't know what that is also. Unless that's the thing Skerica is involved in. Let me know. Happy birthday. After watching Baron, it's interesting. It's not my birthday. My kid makes me wear it, you know? My kid makes me wear the hat. Yeah. I always wear it like this. I don't want to break it though. Kid be upset if I broke it. But happy birthday. After watching Baron, it's interesting that we should leave Hunter alone for asking a question, but Candace and the public are evil for doing so. It's interesting that we should leave Baron alone. Yeah. Baron didn't want Hunter to receive any type of hate or anything for him bringing him back up because, like I said, the whole Hunter thing kind of faded away and Baron was bringing it back up in a very big way. I mean, he was analyzing the guy's family, right? His grandfather, his father, his cousin. So I think his mom as well. He showed what his mom's Instagram looked like. She had 666 posts. That's weird. So yeah, he just didn't want anything to come back to him based on what Barron was doing. Because, you never really want that. You never want to be the cause for somebody, getting attacked, receiving hate, even possible threats. You don't want that. So he kind of has to say that type of thing. Plus, I'm sure it's on his heart to say that type of thing, just to leave the guy alone. But yes, you're right. But Candace and the public are evil for doing so. Yeah, asking questions. That's how it goes. Accuse them of what you're guilty of. That's how they go. This is the start to Coach's colorful hoodie fund. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Tanya. It's coming. Harpole hair gray hoodie deserves a Harpole high. This isn't gray, is it? My wife said it's cream. She says cream. She knows colors better than I do. I was gonna wear this. I didn't have time. I was already late. You guys were screaming about stereotypes. I was going to wear this. This is the Candace shirt. It just says Candace on the front. The back goes crazy, though. The back is like, I stand with Candace and everything. I like it. I like it a lot. I was going to wear that. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. I got to lose a pound or two before I put that one on. It's a little tight. A little too tight. Harpole high. Deserves a Harpole high. Hey, how you doing? Hi. I'm Brian Harpole, and I just want to, he should be part of the infomercial thing that Fleet and I are thinking about doing. And I just want to present to you guys Philadelphia mints. Philadelphia mints are the mints that are just incredible. As soon as you put Philadelphia mints on your tongue, something detonates. I mean, this thing is going to just freshen your breath. It's going to make you feel like there's a hole in your neck. I mean, these mints are the best. All right. Every single package is delivered by a lovely lady named Chrissy. Okay. Her husband drives, and in the back of the truck, she has 3 sons. They're all named Angel, and they're all packing up the mints all day. It's a real family thing. Okay. I've hired them. I think you guys should at least buy some mints from them. Everybody on my team has a tattoo and a case of mints. And a detonator in case my detonator dies. I have a detonator here. It's battery powered. All my guys have detonators. All my guys know hand signs. And the one thing I can guarantee from my security company is that whoever we're protecting is going to die. Okay? It's a very special service we have. I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly. Like my kid always says, silly dada. That's what my kid always says. Brian, on Facebook, I posted a short explaining Barron's theory. It fits. Where? On Facebook? Is it on Facebook or is it on YouTube? Let me know. Which theory as well. Heather, once again, congratulations, Uncle Coach and Auntie Miss Coach. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. Should be fun. I really gotta talk to him, like right when I'm done this. Independent free thinker, not just independent thinker, independent free thinker. I effing love your show, and I wish it was longer. Really? I mean, some of you would just be with me the whole time. If I did a 24-hour stream, you guys would be with me the whole time. And those people I love. Thank you guys so much. Caramel Kiss, your friend's baby may be why your kid had everyone wear birthday. Seems she knows that she knows that can happen today. Prayers for the family. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, she always does. She runs up with hats and like put on the hat. Come on. Gets real mad if we don't put on the hat. Gets pissed off. Yeah. Kids. English, correct-ish English. Coach, you are the new Art Bell. Oh my gosh. Love the rabbit holes and prayer, love and prayer for your family. That's so funny that you say that, because my brother said that. My brother watches, he was talking to me about Art Bell, and he was like, do you know Art Bell? And I'm like, I've heard Rogan talk about him, but I haven't heard much of his show because, it was a radio show, and then it became online, but it is hard to find here and there. I think coast to coast, there's probably like a whole channel dedicated to uploading his stuff, I would think. But that's very interesting that you say that, because I do feel that way. Because I have caught snippets here and there. I haven't got to watch a whole show. But if you guys don't know Art Bell, he was a guy, he was like set up. I want to say like in the desert. Like he was like set up in the middle of nowhere. He had like his own satellite. He was like real independent. And he would talk to everybody. You know, somebody would call up and be like, I would love to have people call up too. Somebody would call up and be like, I'm a werewolf. I'm a werewolf, Art. And Art would be like, tell me about this. How long have you been a werewolf? How long have you known? Huh? He was willing to go anywhere. He was like, whatever you got for me, let's hear it. It was very entertaining stuff. So I take that as a compliment, definitely. The new Art Bell, that's so funny. Joe Rogan has a picture of Art Bell. Same way I have a picture of Rogan. Joe Rogan has a picture of Art Bell. It's hanging right above to the side. Like if a guest is pointing this way, it's hanging on the wall right there because he loves Art Bell. He said he felt like he made it when he got to be on Art Bell's podcast. So there is a Joe Rogan Art Bell podcast out there. And he felt like he hit the big time when he got to be on Art Bell's podcast. It's 5:30 a.m. in Hawaii, getting up early to work, pay taxes, and fund the demise of America. Jeez. I didn't email you. Come on. Jeez. I hear you, though. That is, and have fun. Don't forget to have fun along the way with getting up and paying taxes and funding the demise. You have to have a little bit of fun while you're doing all that. I know it's hard. Crazy that you're in Hawaii. Hawaii's the best place ever. I love Hawaii. I wouldn't live there, but I would kind of want to live there, you know? It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, you know? I like being real hot. I was in Hawaii getting this tattoo right here, climbing up a mountain, and I was wearing a hoodie. I know. You're like, oh, what are you, cold over there? No, I just like being really hot. I love being really, really hot. It's the best. Hold up. Candace fired Mark and Savannah. Savannah has been with OC since Daily Wire. I don't think she got rid of Savannah, and I don't think she got rid of Mark. Mark said that he left to pursue his own personal Sizzler career. But he said he left. That's what I saw in a post, at least. He said that he left. I don't think she got rid of him. And I feel like she definitely didn't get rid of Savannah, because Savannah's public profile on Instagram still reads Candace Owens' manager. So I'm pretty sure Savannah's still there. And then again, Mark went to go do his own thing. And Julu, welcome to the Mint Daddy crew. Appreciate you. Exact Index 1. Your show is so fun. Thanks for your hard work. I love that you're the youngest and love to hassle your siblings. I'm the oldest of 5, and my baby brother keeps us laughing too. That's nice. That's very nice. The oldest and the youngest always have a good connection. I have a good connection with my oldest brother because it's like so far, like he's like 12 years older than me, right? Older than Baron. Would you believe it? I mean, wild. But but we always have a good connection because they're almost like dad. They become like dad. You guys become like father figure, mother figure. You become like the junior mother or the junior father in the family. So we always have a good connection, very good connection. He said the other day, he's like, I tried to teach you how to play sports. He's like, but you sucked at everything. He's like, you had no hand-eye coordination. I was like, what? When I was 5, you couldn't give me a couple of years to figure things out? He's like, no, you didn't have it. Jeez. It's kind of right, though. Jay Rasta, man like... Oh, wait, should I say this like a Rasta? Man like Colin. No love, big man. More love, big man. You know the score. Man pan in black puppy. What does this say? Selishi's Creole translation. Oh, I don't even know the Creole accent. I tried. I thought I was supposed to do a Jamaican accent. It's all right. I suck at both. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I know Black Poppy. Let me keep going here. The professional civilian. When I hear someone say Actually, I immediately hear your nerd voice and start to laugh, sometimes out loud. You really are mentally disturbed. I love that voice because it's such a chastising voice. I mean, you guys see it online. I do that voice in front of a person. If I feel like they're doing it, I will go, actually, and I'll repeat what they're saying. I'll do it right in front of somebody's face. It's the most chastising thing that you could do to somebody. But it's also funny, so they're probably going to laugh, you know, or we're going to fight. But they usually laugh, usually. Actually, that's actually not how you wash that. Okay, nerd. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. It's funny till it happens to you. You know that? It's funny until I do it to you, and then it's not funny. Then you're like, I never liked that voice at all. Happy birthday. Hey, it's not my birthday. Jennifer and Molly. What? Happy birthday. Hey day. H day. Jennifer and Molly. Are you Jennifer and Molly, or are you saying happy birthday to Jennifer and Molly? Or am I supposed to say happy birthday to Jennifer and Molly? Happy birthday, Jennifer and Molly. Very good to see you. Actually, it's not Jennifer or Molly's birthday. If you were to check their birth certificates, you would know. You know? Anyway, shout out to Cohen Film. Appreciate you. Cohen Film again. Humanitarian sustainability. Yeah, exactly. What does that mean? What does that company do? I'm telling you, man, if you let Doge look into that company, Elon would be like, I don't know. I don't think this company does anything at all. No, I don't believe it does. I don't believe it does. I think it's a fake. I think it's a fake company. Oh yeah. He wouldn't put up with that. He'd bring that chainsaw out. He'd be like, we gotta cut this company out, you know? Anyway, let's keep going here. Jav 0, 1, 2, 3. Leave a message at the tone. Lori might put gambling software on voting machines. No. No. How do you even get to that conclusion? What makes you even get to that conclusion that she even could have done that? I don't know. I haven't. Well, I mean, I know Uncle Jack is involved in casinos and stuff, but yeah, how do you get to that point with her? Is there something I missed there? Let me know. I should have the chat open here. Yeah, if there's anything I missed there, because as far as I know, that's not a thing, right? Or am I wrong about that? Or is it a thing? Let me see here. Anyway, here, let me just see. Sometimes people correct you. Art Bell Classic Interview, Robert Anton Wilson. I'll check it out. I have to check out more Art Bell anyway. I cannot believe this stuff is connecting. Coach, you must look at Sabrina Wallace and her very serious information with receipts for it all. It's nuts. Let me look this up. Who's Sabrina Wallace? Sabrina Wallace. I'm the worst with that. I'm doing that way too much. YouTube, March 4th. Okay. I see her. Are you talking about the channel that's D-Mind of Boomasan? Is that the channel you're talking about? If it is, I'll check it out. But I'm not seeing anything towards this. Here, I'll write Candace at the end. See if like a Candace video pops up. Nothing. Candace Owens. Let's see if that anything pops up. Nothing. Sabrina Carpenter pops up. Anyway, I'll look into her. Let me know what I'm supposed to look into when you send these things, and I'll look into it. Trust me. Cohen Film, Coach, better investigate all the birthdays in the chat. High IQ gathering here. Why? Is there a bunch of birthdays? Oh, is that why you said happy birthday to someone? Is there a bunch of birthdays in here? No way. Is there? Happy birthday to everybody. Whoever's birthday it is. Happy birthday to you. You know, Zamet, 1969. Ironic if Candace, an African American, saves our country. Why is it ironic? Why is it ironic if she saves the country? I don't know why I find that so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I guess. This Zamet guy's like, no, you don't understand. It's ironic because they're destroying the country. You don't get it. You don't get the. What I'm saying is, if she were to save it, right, it would be crazy because mostly they are deteriorating the entire society in which we live. Hey, Zamet, calm down. You don't worry. You're one of the good ones. But the thing is, most of them. Have you heard of per capita? Do you understand what per capita is? Because the thing of it is, 13% of the population. Let me finish. The numbers are crazy. Wait till you guys hear it. Oh man, let's keep going. Moira, or Moira. Coach got paid, so paying my dues. Appreciate you and the missus for all you do. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Moira in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky to Tim. Thanks, Coach. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you. Let's keep going here. Lexiana, 1706, bad hair day. Not to be rude, but we know she wears wigs, but gosh darn it, at least attempt to get the hairline straight. Fleet, time a wig gig. Wow. You think who you thought Erika? You think Erika wears wigs? That part I can't tell. I've learned from having a wife and, you know, and watching all the stuff she watches, I've learned to spot hair extensions, contouring, things like that, filler, Botox, but I've not learned to spot wigs yet. You know, she has a wig on, I guess. I have to take your word for it, honestly. Sabrina talks about some things that could 100%, could be 100% Charlie's undoing, makes Ultra Mortal Kombat look like Simon Says for first graders. Really? You got to give me a title, man. Give me a title of what I'm supposed to be looking at. Someone says Erika has hair extensions. Yeah. That I could tell. When she had that like big bun on top and then it was like all this crazy hair, I was like, that can't be real. But yeah, give me a title, Laura. Give me a title of something that I can watch. Or you can email and just send me the whole title of the video, and then I'll just copy and paste it and look it up. Email again for any information is Coach Colin with 1L 3@gmail.com. I learned in psych how to spot a liar, dishonest person. If the person is looking to their left, they're recalling honesty. They're recalling a honest and truthful. They're recalling an honest and truthful moment, I assume. If they are looking to the right, they are being dishonest, lying. G. Thanks for calling me a G at the end there. Appreciate that. Is that true? I've heard that before. That someone looks to the left, it's like this. They go, like if they go, you know what? I'm not even gonna pull it up. But in a Glenn Beck interview, she starts talking about how her kids mean everything to her, and if I'm watching the screen, then my left's here, and then her left's wait. I'm pretty sure she looks to the left in like a weird way too. She goes like, my kids mean everything to me. She like does this weird like almost like rolling her eyes, but to the side. I think they go straight to the left. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm sure there's room for error in that whole thing, but yeah, I've heard that as well. Erika Kirk says human transporting is international relations. Thanks for Candace splaining. My brain is tired in the afternoon, so me no understand sometimes. Contentious podcast. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I listened to it twice. I'll listen to it one time on normal speed and then again on double speed, or double speed first and then normal speed. It's a lot. It's a lot. And you can't just take in what she's saying. Well, you can, but you also have to look at what she's preparing and what she's actually trying to lay out, the picture that she's trying to convey. That's the part that a lot of people miss. And that's why some people get tired of, I see some people, they're like, oh, that was nothing. That episode was nothing. And it's like, well, you don't get it. Like, you have to know about all that stuff to understand what's going to come next. That type of thing. But yeah, that's actually hilarious that you said that. That's what she believes international relations is. She's like, I basically graduated with honors in international relations. You guys know what I've done? Have you heard about my work in Romania? Hazel's, you are a good man, and I'm so happy to support this channel. I'm grateful your wife can stay home with the kids. God is good. May he smile upon you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. God is good. God is good. When we started to pray, when we had our first, we decided to start praying. We started praying, and there was no possible way she could stay home with the kids. And by the end of that pregnancy, it was completely solidified that she could stay home with the kids. It was just all God's doing. It had nothing to do with me. Whatever's happening with me and this whole thing is just all him. Very divine. I heard Baron say that once. I knew that Baron and I would hit it off, because one time I heard him before we actually connected, and he was talking about how he felt like everything that was happening was divine. And I was like, yeah, this guy gets it. Like, he's having that same experience. And it's a wonderful thing to experience the works that God can do. If this was a RICO case with all these connections, let's just say, hands behind your back. Let's just say, hands behind your back. Military, bogus, LLCs, weird, foundations accused of moving violations in traffic. Hands behind your back. Yeah, right? I agree 100%. I mean, there just should be more of an investigation going on. And there's been none. Usually you should have faith that's like, oh, they probably looked into it and there was nothing. There's been none. There's been none. Zero look into this. Zero into foreign possibilities. Nothing. You think they've looked into Turning Point at all? Andrew, I mean, think about this. Andrew had to send that group message where he says he's leaving the cause. He had to send that to the authorities. Why didn't they already have that? Why didn't they go to his complete inner circle? Something crazy just happened. Why didn't they go to his complete inner circle and say, we need all your phones. We need all your communications with Charlie. All of you. Everybody who's communicated with him in the past month, we're going to get your communications. Ben Shapiro, Josh Hammer, any of those other ghouls that are inside that group chat. All of it. Transcripts, if possible, from the whole Hamptons thing. All of that should be happening. None of it has happened at all. That should really tell you something. I can't stop laughing at where are your eyelids. But sometimes you look at her and you're like, hey, those bad boys are not at work right now. Where are those eyelids? They need to show up. They got work to do. They got major work to do right now. Earl's daughter, King Solomon, was the wisest man on earth, taken down by a few pagan wives. Samson and Delilah, Adam and Eve, King Herod took John Baptist's head for dancing girl. This is the story as old as time. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's funny that you said that. About King Solomon. I have a friend in my Christian men's group, and he was telling me about that. But he said it he didn't say it as in a classy way. he didn't say it as classy as you are, but yeah, he was like, that's what took him down. And I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, man. He's like, he had so many. He had so many wives. And it is a tale as old as time. Men, and no insult to any women, but I mean, like, men being deceived that way. Being deceived by feelings of love or lust. And I think that happens to everybody eventually. I think it's possible for it to happen to anybody. You have to have wise counsel for that not to happen. And I think Charlie's wise counsel was Candace. So obviously that was gone right away. Importance. Let me see here. This is Joey. Is this you? I sent you an email about Frank, about Trent Franks, who may be connection to Tyler. Oh, that was you. That was you? I'm pretty sure I just received. I read that. Okay. Somebody else just sent me a message. I thought this was from you because you said you sent me an email. Someone else. I came across this channel, which I think would be extremely useful to Baron and Ian. This can be used to visualize all of the flights in real time with live webcam and satellites. You gotta, Joey here, you gotta send me the title of the video. Give me the exact title of the video. I do not click links. I'm sure you're a great guy, though. Yeah, no insult to you. What Turning Point is doing by invoking Charlie's image, thoughts, ideas, etc., to sway the public is necromancy and the worship of the dead. Yeah, true. It really is. Keeping the name. Like, there's something, I think it was Candace that said it. I forget who said it, but they were like, or maybe it was me that said it when I was covering that whole thing. It's like they're summoning him. It's almost like a spirit in bondage. He won't be allowed to rest. That's why when people will say, let him rest, and then they'll accuse Candace and everybody and the supporters of being like, oh, you got to let him rest. Like, what are you guys doing to him? And it's like, no, it's Turning Point that's doing that. They won't let him rest. They keep on calling it the Charlie Kirk Show. They keep that chair empty. They're doing that. It's not us. It's not us doing it. Anyway. Heather, once again, oh my God, I did know it broke. Oh, you didn't know he broke his arm. Oh yeah, if you watch the video, completely disgusting, so ashamed to be American right now. If you watch the video, you see it. It's like this, and it's like right here. It looks like it breaks right here, which is crazy. Like my elbow's here. It looks like it breaks right there. It's a terrible break. It's a terrible break to see happen. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Jazzy 1691. Hey, Miss Coach, have Coach take you to get your nails done before you deliver. I would. I told her. Thank you very much. Very generous. I told her she can get her hair done. She can do whatever she wants. And then after the baby's born, we can have pizza, a bunch of pizza. First time, when our first kid was born, I think we got pizza. I think we got Burger King. We didn't get Chick-fil-A. We got something else. We got like 4 different things, like in the span of like 3 hours. She was like, I was like feeding her Burger King as she was like going for the first nursing, It was crazy. Man, Candace, Baron, Ian, Coach, your high IQ team. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll be the water boy of that team. Erika Kirk cosplaying a single mother. Yeah, right. Trying to. Oh, I'm the sole provider. Oh, what can I do other than step up and do this? I think that's so ridiculous. I make fun of her a lot. But I really do think that's absolutely ridiculous for her to suggest. To act like she has no choice but to step in as Turning Point CEO. No choice. Because that's how she can provide for her kids. It's such a crazy notion. It's such a crazy notion. It's so funny, too, that you say that, cosplaying as a single mom, because Candace was pointing out that that's what she did for Lori, right? She actually would say, like, yeah, you know, single mom, and that's how we came up, and blah, 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 but it wasn't actually true. I mean, what's happening with Erika is that she's like what's it called? A Nepo baby? She's like a Nepo baby. She's a part of this big, prestigious, in a way, family. And she's acting like, oh, no. Humble, very humble beginnings. And just, you know, just so humble. And it wasn't. None of them did. Tyler did not have that. The only one who really did that I can see, I don't know, Blake and Andrew. Andrew seems like he grew up in a very rich family. You know, he just seems like that. But the only one who didn't is Charlie. In that whole inner circle, the only one who didn't is Charlie. That's it. Everybody else had silver spoons in their hands when they popped out. First, Prez Orange is worried about heaven. Now, Erika, what the hell did they do? That's actually really funny. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Prez Orange, he was asked. I think he was asked. I forget what he was asked. Something about heaven. And he was like, I don't think I'm going to heaven. He's like, I don't think I'm going to make it in. It's like, what do you have planned, sir? All you have to do is repent and be good. And he's like, I know. And yeah, I got some things around the corner. Now you look at everything happening. And he's like, I told you guys. I told you I wasn't going. Erika's just like, I'm trying to walk towards heaven. I'm just trying to get in there. Get to the gates. They're like, Charlie, hey, yo, yeah, she's here. Charlie's like, oh yeah. It's about time, man. I've been strobing out those lights and everything, trying to talk to you. I've been coming into your dreams, and you've been ignoring me. What's up? Listen. We got a way back machine back here, okay? I seen the whole thing 4K. I know what you did. You gonna explain yourself? She's still gonna be trying to be like, oh, I didn't do anything, and I would never do anything. Jesus is right behind Charlie. She's still doing it. Yo, bruh, she's still saying this stuff. Are you kidding me? Bro, I'll send her to hell right now. Why are we talking? Why are we talking to her? Holes in his hands. Why are we still talking to this lady? We don't got to do this. Yo, Chuck. I sent Candace after. I got you. I'll send her right now. Bruh. Satan. Yeah, someone got confused. They came up here. They're actually coming back down to you. I don't care what you have to say about it. Name's Erika. Yeah, exactly. Even he's saying, send her down. I can send her down, right? Okay. Oh, so dumb. Just ridiculous ideas in my head. Anyway, who knows what they did? Right? I'm just kidding around. You guys know I'm a comedian. I'm just kidding. I'm being silly. Grapeseed 427. Thanks for the daily slop, adding sugar and spice and serving it up with in a way that helps us laugh. Chef Borai Colin, just serving it up. Guys, what I have for you today is some expansive, luxurious fed slop. We've added sugar and spice. We have baked some of it into nice pastries, light and fluffy, a slop croissant, if you will. And then we have the regular stew. For those of you that like the regular stew, piping hot, okay? We got slop sauce over there, any kind of sauce you want, okay? You can have conservative slop. You can have liberal slop. We have independent slop. We even have libertarian slop sauce. Okay? For whatever you need, go ahead. We even got communist slop over there. Go ahead. Go ahead, get you some. We've made this slop bread. It's very nice, light and fluffy. We got all sorts. Everything here, yes, in fact, everything on this table is made from fed slop. Okay? All of this can be yours for the low, low price of $33.33, just 666 payments of $33.33. Go ahead and get y'all some, okay? Stand in line, everybody. How you doing, Graham? How you doing, Graham? You okay? What can I get you for slop? Huh? Gary, is that Gary behind you? Gary, get over here and get you some slop. Come on. Officer Tatum, hey, you got to wait in line. You're behind Gary. You better relax now. You better relax now. You'll get your slop. Don't worry. You'll get your slop. Ben Shapiro, you're here. How you doing? Go ahead and get in line, honey. Okay? Can't have that horse in here where everybody's eating, okay? Go ahead, wrap that horse up in the back, okay? And then come in here and get you some slop. How you doing, Mr. Walsh? Mr. Walsh, good to see you, sir. Are you here for your slop? I'm going to give you a discount, okay? It's been a long time coming for you, right? Everybody gets some slop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. 5,000 people just watched me do that. All good. All good. Lewis Family Boys 2020. Appreciate you. Says nothing, you know. Han-I-Ian Jayem. Han-Ian Jayem. Han-Ian Jayem. I'm positive I pronounced that correctly. I wonder if Matt Walsh would respond if I find it telling that he betrayed Candace after all this time. Turning Point didn't learn from the small horse and the Gaily Wire epic downfall. Love your live stream. Thank you very much. I wonder if Matt Walsh would respond if I find it. Would respond. I find it telling. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, he had to. He had to eventually turn on her. He really has no choice. I don't see a world where he has any choice to eventually say something about Candace. He has no choice. And I don't think he just did this on his own accord where he was like, guys, I have to say something about this. I think there was a conversation. There had to. In Hollywood, in media, whatever you call it, like, you know, entertainment, whatever it is, commentary, whatever you call these guys, there's always conversations in the background. There's always somebody that will have, it's almost like an intervention, like what Charlie was involved in the Hamptons. There's always a little conversation about like, man, this person's kind of bad, right? Yeah, and everybody's been talking about them. Right as there was a huge call and a huge push for people to condemn Candace, that's when he decides to do it. He doesn't do it afterwards. He didn't do it way before. He did it just as everybody was doing it. There's something there. There's a conversation that was had, for sure. For sure. There's no way because otherwise he would just stay quiet. He'd be like, there's so many other things for Matt to talk about. Even think about, go look at his videos. That one stands out in whatever everything that he's talking about throughout his channel. That video stands out. It's like, why are you even talking about this? He has a common theme that he's always holding to. And then out of nowhere, it has to be Candace and talking about how Erika's great. It doesn't fit in with what he usually talks about, you know? Anyway, let's keep going. Ben Shapiro, right? Get back to work, Matt Walsh. I said that you have to talk poorly about Candace, Matt Walsh. Time after time, I've been telling you have to talk poorly about Candace, Matt Walsh. Okay, I'll do it. You can't make any more movies until you talk about Candace, Matt Walsh. Get back to work, Matt Walsh. No more documentaries, Matt Walsh. Okay. I have this really good one. It's about furries, please. I have to make my furry documentary. I cannot express my gratitude enough to everyone. God knew what he was doing when he led me to this community. I am overwhelmingly touched and in awe at the support and love and just so grateful. Thank you. Fleet, ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show, Fleet. I'm telling you, it's all, I've said it before. The unexpected is usually exactly what we need, you know? And that touches on so many things, but the things that pop up unexpectedly are exactly what we need. And whether we know it or not, are exactly a part of the plan. So what is happening with you is supposed to be happening. So keep embracing it. Keep embracing it. Keep moving forward. Oh gosh, Jamie's here, guys. Cover your ears. Title: YouTube direct the. Why can't I say the word? I can see the word. Why can't I say it? Redacts. Oh, geez, that was crazy. It was like I was looking at English and I couldn't. That was crazy. YouTube redacts my super chats. Does it? Does it? I mean, because what are you trying to say, Jamie? You gotta. I'm telling you, you're a firecracker. You gotta watch what you're trying to say. You're probably saying something wild. You know, you're probably like posting a bunch of juice boxes and stuff. Can't be doing that, man. I'm telling you, you gotta watch out. The Market Cowboy. Have you read into Sumerian gods Enki and Enlil? No, I haven't. I can't help but think the Grand Deceiver, god of Philadelphians, being behind everything going on today. I've never looked into those before. Just want to write that for a little note. I always like to sit around and just read about stuff like that. What are the names? Enki? Enki, god. This is a Sumerian god. Let me just put Sumerian. Let me see. Okay, that's one of them. And then what was the other one? Enlil? Enlil. Let me see that. What is that? God of air, wind, and storms. Interesting. As a lord of command, decrees fate, granted kingship, resides. Was a central myth. I have to look into that. I'll look into that more. But I have not read up on those gods, but I will. Or those not really gods, but try to classify themselves as gods. Please, Mrs. Coach, link an Amazon baby list for us. I was telling her the other day, she was talking about like people were asking about like codes, referral codes or whatever they're called, affiliate codes. And I don't know, we're blessed enough that we don't really have to do that. But I don't even know I don't even know what we need. Like there's some things that we want, but in terms of like what we need, I don't know. We have a great support system, so I don't know what else we really need. God's been handling everything, really. But we'll let you know. Oh. There you go. Baby list. The baby said the baby needs like $10,000. So if you want to handle that, who's that? Jessica? No. Who's it? Smarty Pants Dance. The baby wants $10,000. That's I know baby's a little weird, but that's what the baby said. Baby said just send cash. That's what I don't know what's with the baby, but the baby was like, send cash. And I was like, how do you even know what cash is? And the baby was just like, don't ask questions and get me cash. That's what the baby said. And I was like, this is a little weird because I'm hearing you through your mother's stomach. And he was like, listen close, pal. Get me cash. So that's the only thing you'd have to send. I'm kidding. I don't know. The wife has a bunch of things in mind that she wants, but it's up to her. If she wants me to do it, I'll definitely post a list. I mean, I would 100% do that. I have no problem doing that. Paul Gosar, Arizona 2. He's shady. Ties to Romania. Paul Gosar. Let me see here. Let me just look this up. Move aside, Sumerian god. Paul Gosar, Arizona. Oh, he looks. Okay. And then I'll just say Romania. It's crazy how they're all oddly connected to Romania. Okay. Let's see if there's any connections to Romania, like you're saying. Let me see. Representative has been linked to Romania through high-level investigations and his ties to right international movements. Whoa. Right ideologies, has been scrutinized for his connections. And then he does have connections to Romania. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate that. Yeah, and the way the guy looks. Ooh. Okay. I'm definitely looking into that. Is that Aubrey? Aubrey Lee Nutrition says nothing. It's nice and quiet, Aubrey. Barron didn't say it. The newscaster said it in the interview. Oh, I can't remember what we were talking about. What were we talking about? That Barron said it here. I always jump over to the live chat with this. What did Barron say? What did Barron say? Ultrasound, baby flashing cash sign. Baby flashing dollar signs in the ultrasound. That's funny. It's just a joke. It's a joke. No, okay. Nobody brought it up. But thank you very much, Aubrey. Once again, was Stranger Things being promoted during 9/10? Was it? Was it? Probably. I would think so. I feel like it's promoted all the time, though, like way more than just like one day at a time. Are you saying the first time? If it was the first time, that'd be a little interesting. But I'm sure they promoted a bunch, right? Different interviews, different promotional material. I have no idea. But Stranger Things in and of itself is very weird. Me and the wife have actually done deep dives on Stranger Things and its connection to like real life facilities and stuff. It's really weird. Circle B says absolutely nothing. Appreciate you, Circle B. Silent yet strong. Ali Search, Sirki, realization she's making heaven crowded by putting people into. Yeah, that's what we first said. We first were talking about when I first said that to the wife, I was like, oh, her tour is called the Make Heaven Crowded Tour. She was like, ugh. She's like, that's a weird thing to say. She's like, the screen. Can everybody see Fleet on the screen? We are back in the green. We're good. All right. Fleet, friend of the show. Been on my mind since the beginning of the episode. Elizabeth McCoy. What is that? Kravchuk. Her grandfather, Joseph Bondarenko. I wish I knew how to actually say that. Is famous for KGB's Most Wanted. Another Russian link to Peep. No way. Really? Elizabeth McCoy? That would make sense, right? I mean, makes sense in the sense of, there are a lot of connections in that family. Let me just, there's no way I can say that name and have this thing understand me. Joseph Bondarenko. KGB. Let me just write that. KGB. Interesting. KGB's Most Wanted pops up. Wow. There's a book about it. Whoa, is this? No way. There's a book about her grandfather? There is a book. That's weird. Okay. Let me put it into the AI mode. Let me see if it just gives me a breakdown. Prominent Russian, Ukraine evangelist and pastor became primary target of the KG during Soviet times, known as Billy Graham of Russia and Ukraine. Most wanted list, imprisonment. Yeah, right. This is her grandfather? Is that what you're telling me right now? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. That's crazy if so. Makes a lot of sense. Hit that like, people. Yes, please, guys. Hit that like. Hit that like button. It helps us tremendously. You have no idea how much it helps. Let's keep going here. Carol Cook, you have replaced Rush for me, although that has been a very long time ago. I'm older than Baron. My name is easy to pronounce, not Catholic, but a true Christian. I support Philadelphia. That's nice. That's nice. Carol, right? I know that name. Carol and Cook, both easy names to pronounce. I've replaced Rush. Wow. That is a big compliment. You know, Charlie Kirk said that if he could just have a podcast like Rush Limbaugh and that's it, that's all he would go for. And he wouldn't want anything else, which I think is why he was willing to walk away from so much money. Because at the end of the day, he really just wanted to have an impact like Rush Limbaugh did, which he could have done, could have easily done. Absolutely amazing. Thank you for that compliment. I really appreciate that. I've had a lot of older people say that about me. Rush Limbaugh, which is very, very interesting. Huge compliment. Don't know if I'm deserving of that. When my 5-year-old gets mad at me, he says, "You're not my mommy anymore. Sissy is my mommy." She's 13. The relationship is so beautiful. Yeah, there you go. So that's like the same distance as my brother and I. Same distance in age. Coach, will you please read my super chat in Nerd? This one? Or just all of them in general? Oh, I guess I could do this one. Coach, will you please read my super chat in Nerd? Actually, the Zupa chats work so well with that voice. Thank you again, Jamie. Appreciate you. Circle B. Oops, I pulled a coach and was muted. I love your show. Keep up the good work. Congrats, and God bless your family. Thank you so much. Oh, I completely forgot. Yeah, I got to call my friend, see if this baby's been born yet. Correctish English, number 5. And the only reason we have to take care of the kid is because, like, they won't let the kid stay overnight. It's so dumb. It's so ridiculous. Like, a family should just stay together, you know? Correctish English. There is a whole YouTube channel with all of Art's episodes. I used to listen to him when I worked shift work. Yeah, I bet. Night shift. Listen to Art Bell. Probably amazing. Laura Breivig. What is that word? Pensiriagi is her YouTube, but otherwise, the Boom Mason is a page she's also connected to. Let me see here what you're talking about. What is this? P. Nothing's come up yet. This is such an odd word to not have the act, unless you misspelled it, which, like, just a terrible. Oh, okay. Okay, I see it. Okay, I see it. I'll look into her stuff. But give me a title, man. If there's something connected to directly to what Charlie is all happening with, like, I definitely need a title. You got to let me see that exact information. I would love to bring it to the audience here. Up with BM. Oh, geez, I just missed it. I feel so old when I do this. Up with BM. Coach, your Smarty Pants VC is a cat dude from Boss Baby. What? Coach, your Smarty Pants. Oh, Smarty Pants voice is cat dude from Boss Baby. I've never seen that. Love you. Keep up the jokes. It's all love, and jerks like me love sarcasm jokes. Thank you. I have not seen that movie. I have to see that. I have to hear that voice. I would love to hear that voice. Tornado Ali. Why is Lori not pictured in Erika's yearbook? Single mom. Would she be pictured in the yearbook? Why would Lori be in the kid's yearbook? Where would she be? I don't know. Up with BM back again. Maybe Cat Dude is the Harpool voice. All right, I have to see this movie. Making some comparisons here. Jamie back in the house. Okay, so you want me to read this in the nerd voice? Okay, Jamie. Was just thinking this morning about Breath Orange saying he might not get to heaven, Coach. Actually, Jesus said, as Christians, we don't kill. All right. Was that good? And you're right. Coach Colin, first super chat. Was laughing so hard at Erika Kirk facing Charlie and the Lord. Well done. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Whose name is this? What name is this? Jesse or Jess J, Mr. 11. That's what I'm going to call you. Jess J, Mr. 11. Canuck Bucks. Like, share, subscribe, people. Yes, people. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel tremendously. Lisa Conklin. Earthquake in LA outside of Shreveport today. End Times of Revelation talks about uptick of them. Really? Today there was an earthquake. Really? That's wild. How bad was it? Couldn't have been too bad. I mean, I think every earthquake is absolutely terrible, but CRL DR. What is that supposed to be? I'm not good with these like words that are numbers and like letters that aren't, I'm not good with that. Erika's missing 8 months. Could that have been them prepping / training her for her next mission, aka Charlie, reading the Bible repeatedly to memorize it? Damn. Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, to us, it does. Say that to anybody else, they'll think you're nuts. But yeah, she's reading it over and over again. She's memorizing it cover to cover. Then meets Charlie. And then is this girl who is like exactly what Charlie wants and needs, Organized by Tyler. Right? Organized by Tyler. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think Candace was the first one to say it. I took it into like deeper investigation, but like that Truman Show analogy, I think that's it. I think that I did the exact comparisons, the Truman Show versus Charlie's life. I think that's what it was. I think we were watching the Truman Show when we watched Charlie Kirk move through life. Kitty, Whiskers. Does anyone know Fleet? Worried she might be... Does anyone know Fleet? Worried she, and yes, it's not, it's yes, she, might be young and saying things that can ruin her life if they go after her. Might need guidance. I think Fleet's okay. I think Fleet's just fine. I'm positive of it. You can arrest Erika, but telling her to put her hands behind her back is a no, it's not. No, why would you even say that? How do you know? How do you know what Erika's into? What are you talking about? I guess you can say that about anybody, really, if you wanted to. Someone said, "Excuse me." Yeah. What? What are you saying? Fleet is the one guiding us all, right? I mean, Coach. No, I didn't call Fleet a he. I was the first one to figure out that Fleet was a lady. Okay, just so you know, I was the first one to figure that out. Okay, and that was because I asked. I think it's because I asked. I'm pretty sure. I have no idea. Oh, Fleet once again. Fleet. Just saw that super chat. I'm good. Thanks, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think Fleet's okay. I think Fleet's okay. You don't have to worry. She's not gonna ruin her life. Not gonna ruin her life. The way the route she is taking right now. I think the route she's taking right now. I think that she will only be held up higher if people see the things that she's saying. Honestly, that's what I think. I think it's just going to go up higher and higher. Somebody said Uncle Jack photo, womensworld.com. I don't click links. I don't trust it. I'll get someone else to click it. Lance, will you click this link for me? Please. Anyway. Oh man, guys, we are at 3 hours on the nose. on the nose today, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Candace is going live again today. I believe, I think Baron's going live. Pretty sure. He told me yesterday he tries to take a weekday off and a weekend day off. So I think he's live today. Pretty sure. So I'll click it. You'll click it? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lance. Okay, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right now. Let's see. Oh no, copy link. Okay. It almost opened. Oh my gosh. I gotta be careful. I gotta be really careful. Do it actually no, you have access to my accounts too. I'll make my wife click it. Don't worry, I'll make her click it. Don't worry. All right. Click that link, honey. Are you okay? Are the bank accounts empty? Just that one? Okay. It's okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to go live tomorrow, of course. We'll discuss what Candace talks about today. We'll see what Baron says. If anybody can get me Baron's timestamps, that would be greatly appreciated. He is doing incredible work. He is Columbo. And remember, guys, today he is young and vibrant, okay? Make sure. Coach got dyslexia. Yeah, I do actually. I must, because I read things backwards all the time. Sent you website email about Erika Lombardi fam. Did you? You sent me an email on that? I will check it right now. I only saw one email just now. But I just wanted to say bye to everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. Fleet, thank you for the content. Lance, thank you for holding me down. Really appreciate you guys. Any mods in the building, thank you to the mods. Thank you to my wife. But most of all, thank you to all yous guys who keep on showing up. Really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. It is everything. So I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be talking about some other stuff. I'm hoping we'll be talking about Erika's time in China. That's what I'm hoping we'll be talking about. And as soon as I get that information from Candace, I want to go deep into it and really understand and see what was happening around. Because I think that's, for me, that's the solidifying thing about her just being, I don't know, redacted